Okay, we are live. What's good, everybody?
Hey, that was
My
quick.
name is Galen. This is Galen's Gadgets. Just got some of my friends with me. Just doing my Saturday night live stream. Got Michael from Michael's Tech Talk. Definitely check out his Pixel 6 Pro review. What else have you been working on, Michael?
MacBook Pro 14-inch.
Okay.
Hey.
Is it the M1X or
M1 Pro?
M1 Pro? Gotcha.
Which it's what I call the poverty spec M1 Pro because it's just the base model, but that thing is damn, it's next level.
Yeah, definitely excited to see your content on that. And we also got Patar from Direct Tech. How you doing, man?
How's it going, everyone? Yeah, good, man. Good. It's been a busy day.
Yeah, I've seen you outside a lot testing those watches. How's everything going with that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, call me Captain Two Watches, but I feel like an idiot walking around with two smartwatches on.
Yeah, I've been doing this.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Yeah, that's it. And going down a running track, swimming pool, anything you can think of. I've been giving these watches a good workout and myself in the process.
That's what's up. We got my man Wayne Train in the building. What's good, Wayne?
What's going on with you, man? Doing all right?
What kind of content?
Oh yeah, I was gonna. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start another little revisit video with the Pixel 6, and then Mike, I got the same M1. You said the 14-inch, right? That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, same base model Pro. I just upgraded my RAM, but yeah, it's a nice piece of device.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. We got my man Barry Johnson in the building. How you doing, Barry?
Doing well, Galen. Doing well.
And are you working on any content?
Oh yeah. So I need to finish up my 2-week. I'm almost done with my 2-week update with the Pixel 6. Haven't started the 6, but 6 Pro. But and I have another phone that I'm working on, so I'm just taking. But the reason why there's been a little break on my channel is I've done like 3 videos for Easy's channel.
Okay.
So I started doing stuff for that channel.
Mm-hmm.
So yep. So I'm working on stuff.
That's what's up. My man Jay in the building. I'll have to DM him, see what's going on with his computer. Okay. Looks like just Lewis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. First things first, have you guys seen these Pixel 6a leaks? Or actually, we're gonna talk about that when I see more people get in here. But,
okay. Yeah. But I have seen it. But yeah, we can start.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that we can talk about actually, something Patar brought up earlier, and I was trying to look for the tweet that Michael Brown, I think isn't that his name, that he had with the RCS versus iMessage, like it's such a stereotype now. That a lot of
there was Michael Brown and one other person posted it just the other day. It does make me laugh.
Yeah, it was like a really interesting thread, and like that tweet ended up like blowing up. It was like a lot of people with similar situation in regards to like iOS users not wanting to see the green bubble.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to kind of discuss.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Do you think iMessage should eventually like be like a universal thing, or
it's not going to be?
Yeah.
So
I don't think so either. Like even if they did something like
jump back in.
Wait, what just happened?
I don't know.
It's hard.
I killed
Mark. No, it's Mark.
Oh, he
How did you do that?
I took him out. I wasn't having it.
So is the limit on StreamYard only 5?
No, you can have 6. You have 6.
Yeah.
I don't know why you dropped
it. It wouldn't kick him out though.
It wouldn't kick him out. Yeah.
Well,
you would have to kick him out.
He probably had a little hiccup.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just the man for the conversation. We were just talking about the iOS the iOS and RCS battle pretty much. Do you think iOS, the iMessage, is ever going to become universal or no, Mark? Everyone else says no.
I don't think so, but if they, we never thought that it was going to get to like how FaceTime works right now, where you send a link. It was buggy, but we got it to work, and it looked like a regular FaceTime call when Wayne and Trent and I all did it. So maybe if that, in addition to like the self-repair program and a bunch of these others like tiny little things, regardless of what their motives for doing so, they're doing it. So I don't know. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, 3, before, I would have been like, no, never. But then it's like, oh, well, Yeah,
maybe.
I mean,
that's a solid point.
Yeah, assuming that they do, and even if it's like a semi less optimized or like a neutered, for lack of a better word, version of iPhone exclusive or previously iPhone only Apple exclusive feature, what more other than I guess the hardware? I mean, is the hardware? I know it's top notch, it's quality. Obviously, we're paying for it, Apple tax, blah, 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 but would that be enough to like retain or continue to attract new? Because kids and adults are coming of age. Where they're able to get their own lines or a phone line or make the switch, to one of these nicer premium brands and flagship devices. I'm wondering if software has really been a huge part of what attracts everyone to that in the ecosystem. But I'm excited to see. Like I don't know, man. That's a hard one because the way things are going now.
I'm interested in hearing you guys' thoughts. I agree with the senior VPs all the way back in 2013. So Eddie Q, one of the VPs at Apple, wanted to bring iMessage to Android back then. And all of the VPs were like, are we going to have to kill you, basically? This is not happening. If we take iMessage to Android, it's over. Sales are done. So it's not that Apple is not capable. They are surely capable. They are very methodic in how they move, right? So they don't have to have a notch, right? There's a lot of things that they don't have to have. They don't have to make these subtle improvements and then force reviewers like myself to say the 13 is actually a 13, not a 12S. But a lot of people that didn't buy it, what do they think? It's a 12S. It's not a 12S. It's a much better phone. It's the best iPhone that they've had,
But hasn't an argument been that the S is the version that you want, right?
Yes, it has. But this year it was used to slight
as an insult,
improvements. It was used as an insult.
Yeah. I mean, you figure anything to us, especially everyone on the panel, people who are listening to us now, it's going to be iterative because we always want to be right there. Right where
I'll tell you, Mark, I really don't think the iPhone was iterative.
No, of course not.
Year. I don't think
that was a big jump.
It was a big jump. Like as much as I'm shocked, and it's actually I've got clips in my video from my old Pixels to the new Pixels. With the stabilization is just freaky what you can do on the new Pixels. To me, it's that big of a jump from the 12 to the 13. Like literally, I was recommending before the Pixel came out, if you were starting a channel and you needed to buy a phone, like if you were in the iOS ecosystem, don't get the ZV-1, which is a much better camera system. Get an iPhone since you need it and just use it on your YouTube channel. And you got everything for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So,
you know how a lot of people, they don't upgrade every year. Of course, there's people that do, but like for the leapfroggers, for the ones that go every other year, you figure I wanted to ask a question to the panel here. What do you guys prefer? Would you prefer, going off of just the last 2 years, would you have preferred to upgrade to the 12 from, I don't know, for example, the 10 or 10S or anything older, because it was the new design, which obviously a lot of the public does, because they're like, oh, it looks new, it looks different. That's the new iPhone, right? So come and get it. Or to people that like who held off from just the new design, say, oh yeah, it looks cool, but that's not enough for me. And then this year would have been, quote, the S year, where they're like, okay, now there's actual features and hardware capabilities. This would be the year that I jump. So I guess my question to you guys is, what have you guys done in the past or still do? Do you guys would you guys have grabbed the S phones, or would you guys have just grabbed like the first?
So in the past, Mark, and I'll be quiet, I'll let everybody else. In the past, I always went for the S.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't really believe they're really doing S's anymore, in my opinion. But go ahead, I let the panel.
Yeah.
To be honest, I used to be an S. I used to be an S person. Other than the only phone I think I ever went from one to the other was from the 3G to the 3GS, because damn it, man, I needed that copy and paste. I needed that. So, but then it was always I went playing from the 3GS to the 4GS. And then from that to the 5S, and sort of in that loop. It's only been the past couple of years where I've actually went from I didn't go for the 10 because I didn't like the size, and I stayed with an 8 Plus, and then I went for the 10s Max, and then from the 10s Max every year I just went, yeah, screw it.
Okay.
Even though every year I say the exact same thing, and I turn around and I go, I don't think there's enough to warrant an upgrade, and then I'll go into the store and I'll lift it in my hand and I'll go, oh yeah, okay.
So, it's new, right? Yeah,
it's shiny.
Right, yeah, we have problems for sure. Wayne or Peter?
I'm gonna say it depends really what iPhone you've got compared to where you're trying to get to. If you had anything prior to an 11 Pro, then I would say go for it. If you had an 11 Pro, I definitely wouldn't have recommended a 12 because I felt like the 12 was actually a bit regressive because the battery life got worse and there really weren't any significant camera. There was no real improvement in video, no real improvement in stills. It was pointless. But if you had anything prior to an 11 and you wanted to grab a 12, then I would have said go for it.
All right, I guess the question is more like you. What have you done in the past? Because I would love to get every single
I go
iPhone.
annually because I like iPhones.
Okay. I used to do. It just depends on when the design change happened. Yeah. So like the 5, I think they changed it. So like I jumped on the 5. Was there a 5S? I can't remember.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
there was 5S. So I don't know if I did that or nothing, but it was hit or miss. Sometimes I'll get an S, sometimes I wouldn't. Like sometimes I find myself going from an S right to the next, like the next generation, and then I'd get into another S. Like it just depends. But like this year, I was saying if I had the 12 Pro Max, I probably wouldn't have upgraded to this one. Off of like the looks alone, but like Barry said, once you actually get it, it's a pretty good upgrade.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite golds, actually, the 5S when they introduced it, because it was like that intense in your face gold. But I guess a different version of that question would be, which to you guys, like if you were to jump every other year, would you have preferred to have grabbed the newest of like when they change numbers or the S version of that same one? Obviously back when they were doing them, but
back when they were doing them, I always did S. I always did S. Yeah.
Oh, I would have gone with an S here. Yeah.
So because you figure the better specs.
Because you figure people who are shallow and guilty, right? I mean, I like the visually, it's a gorgeous phone, gorgeous device. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I want the new, the latest one, the newest one. That way, it's different from whichever one it replaced. So with that, I'm like, okay, I have the new design, which is still the design today with the 13, but I don't have the ProMotion. I don't have the bigger battery. I don't have the, not that I would use like ProRes or anything like that, but just to where it's like, dang it, because I jumped the gun last year, I'm missing out on all the other, improvements or actual like, upgrades that they would have given the phone besides the new form factor.
But I think you're being
old.
I think you're being practical. I think there are people like my oldest. She will upgrade if she can every single year. Sure. And she literally just started wearing thin cases. Before she couldn't wear a case because she wanted everybody to see that this is the new hotness and it's got the Apple logo, So
and a lot of people are like that now in time. They'll upgrade yearly.
Yeah.
Just for that.
And some people are like this, walking around the store like showing off the G in the back. What is that?
This is
the Google Pixel.
I hope she didn't drop it like it's hot.
She actually dropped one. So she was hating life.
Do you know what? There was that long running joke. All iPhone users have broken screens.
Well, it's funny. At least I don't know how it is over there, but in Apple stores here, if you ever get your screen broken, you'll be amazed at how many people are in there. Getting that. It's that's such quick cash for them.
Yeah.
I don't really see it here. So many people I know break their iPhones and they just use it like that. I'm like, does it not bother you? Does it not trigger you?
No, I couldn't. It's mental. Like even like back when I used to fix people's phones, they'd bring phones to me with broken screens and stuff, and literally like even just having them in your phone, you're pulling bits of glass out of your fingers and stuff. No, I couldn't do it.
Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think about this? Do you think the Pixel 5 to 6 was a bigger jump from the 12 to the 13?
Oh, I do. Yeah,
Massively.
Yeah.
That I do agree with. Overall, I think it's a little different, but yeah, they really put all their eggs in this basket though, so I think it's a little different, like going into the 6. But
I think I'm gonna consistently upgrade the Pixel as my main device. I usually like buy a few devices throughout the year just to play with. I like playing around with like budget friendly devices just to see like
What's
basically like what the difference is between like a flagship and a $300-$400 phone. But I do plan on upgrading yearly as well, which
yeah.
A lot of companies as well, like Apple, Samsung, and even Google now, they've made it so easy to upgrade. You know, which is especially when you're buying direct, it's literally like, oh, just give us your monthly payment, and sure, when the time comes, just give us your old one. You can take the new one, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can I address Sharky real quick? Sharky, just because I feel I don't think that's my opinion. I don't think it's a S year. I think everybody thinks it's an S year, but one thing they did with the iPhone 13 is it's the only phone on the planet that has dual eSIM support. It doesn't just support eSIM. You don't have to have a physical SIM to switch between two networks. It also has an iOS 15, the ability for some carriers that don't support eSIM, where you can just say, hey, I'm just going to make this an eSIM. No other phone does that. And then I'm not talking about the video improvements. So I do believe it's a 12 to 13, but I do believe that the 5 to the 6 is night and day. Google just completely shut it down this year.
Okay,
yeah. Thank you, D-Mims. The 5 was mid-range, you know?
Basically. The price wouldn't say so when it first came out, but like on paper specs it was.
Yeah, we got a few Pixel users in here. Has anyone else experienced this? I don't think I have.
I haven't seen that, but I'll check my 6 and my S21 to see if that's happening.
Okay.
Hey, Digital Slang, what's good, man?
Hey, what up, Slang? What up?
Digital Slang in the building.
Chilling.
It's good, man. Okay, so yeah, I think we could start talking about the Pixel 6a. That was, I think, was it on leaks who leaked that?
It was on leaks. Yeah, it was on leaks.
Okay, let me pull up my.
How credible are they? Here's another score.
On leaks is pretty credible.
Okay.
Yeah, he's usually pretty spot on. But yeah, the Pixel 6a, they're saying it's gonna basically just be like a smaller version of the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, 6.2 inches. And I was kind of surprised by the glass back. I don't know if it's going to be actual glass or if it will be like a glass stick. Like a lot of, like a lot of companies do, but that would be interesting. And another interesting thing was that it won't have a headphone jack, apparently.
Yes.
I think that's a huge missed up on the part, because a lot of people will literally buy that phone just for the headphone jack still.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing, it's not gonna have like a fingerprint sensor at all. It's gonna keep with the under display fingerprint sensor.
To me, it's gonna do in display.
Oh, this 6A will?
Yeah, it's basically gonna be 6 with a baby tensor. To me, it sounds like they're following what OnePlus did. OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro here, and then in India, OnePlus 9R. So I think the 6A is probably going to show up in India.
I was going to say, I think I probably would have preferred the size of this 6A on the actual Pixel 6.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Because I'm not mad at a 6.4 inch, it's cool, but like just to give it more of a different, like just to differentiate the two a little bit more.
Because I mean,
it's really not that much when you put this up to the Pro. It ain't that much smaller.
This is a 13 Pro Max.
Yeah, my Pro.
There's not much between them. Like
it's like the same.
They're not that much bigger.
So yeah, LaShawn said it should be $299. I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
I would say
they ain't gonna go that low.
Too cheap.
$350 is the lowest they could go for that, especially if
I was going to say $349 is bound to be where it's going to be.
I think that's the down payment, is what he's saying.
It'll probably creep up to $399. I wouldn't be surprised.
Me too.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I hope they. I don't know how I feel about that. It also said that I was gonna have the GN1 and
Yes,
Snapdragon 778. Like I think it would be amazing if they
that would
put
be great if
a
it's
GN1 at that price.
What do y'all feel about the
feel
Snapdragon though?
Hmm?
What y'all think about the Snapdragon though? Do y'all think it should like retain or put the?
Yeah,
No. I was only asking because I was thinking that they'd probably just carry over this sensor onto that and probably upgrade the.
I know that's
sensor
what I
too
was
or
thinking, but this to me makes it seem like they're going to drop the price more than just. It's going to be like $399 instead of $499 if they do this.
Okay.
I mean, a baby version of Tensor would be great because Tensor really adds to the googliness of the device and the Google experience because it enhances everything that Google's about, the AI, the machine learning, the voice dictation, all of that. So if they can find a way by the time they launch this device to make a baby version of it, that'd be fantastic.
It would be great.
Yeah, I hope they. Yeah, I also hope they do like some sort of version of a mid-range sensor as well. Because Snapdragon has like so many processors, so
it's great.
If they were planning on doing the same thing, just get like a mid-range Exynos and
I would just like for them to keep all the optimization in house and
just make
it
it having to worry about
like they can continue the exact same path as what Apple's doing. They don't go out to any other company for their lesser models. So
yeah. So I want to put the spotlight on Pitar for a second. So I know you're touting both the Galaxy Watch and the Apple Watch right now. How are you feeling about the
baller?
Yeah, baller.
Credit cards.
Hey, either way, man. However you get
man, you got to pay that back, so you got the money.
Helping the economy.
That's it, mate.
So yeah, how are you feeling about like just the new Wear OS, or do you feel like it's a big upgrade over that TicWatch E you had in terms of software, or how are you feeling about the two watches right now?
So I'm not going to compare it to the TicWatch. I'm going to compare it to the previous generations of Galaxy Watch. Okay. Because I used them. It wasn't great and it wasn't terrible. It was fluid enough, but there was like no third-party app support and stuff like that. I think Samsung switching to Wear OS has been fantastic. The actual experience has been, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I've got that update that you guys have been talking about on Twitter about the battery life, and it has improved the battery life. Overall, though, the fact that the Galaxy Watches now have the third-party app support really adds to the experience for me. And I really like the Google Maps app on it. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it is really good on Wear OS devices, yeah.
In terms of the quality of the hardware, the improved integration, the improved app on the Samsung devices on the phone to communicate with the watch back and forth, I think that's improved a lot. So over the last 4 years that they've been making their wearables, it's improved infinitely. And I think if you're an Android user or a Samsung user, you're in for a good time. You are genuinely in for a good time. So far, what I found in my testing of it, and I have been really testing these watches, like I've been going swimming, running, like getting very sweaty, which is when these watches typically start to have problems. It's holding up quite well. And I've got a third heart rate measuring device. I've got like a chest strap.
Yeah.
Which I'm using as kind of like my balancing point between the two. And they're very on par. There's been very few moments the Galaxy Watch has slipped. So yeah, it's been interesting, and I can't wait to share this video about it with you guys about it all. And I'll share it here on the stream. Basically, what I want to make this video about is tech is moving in consumer tech is moving in the direction of health features, right? And all of these companies are adding features in like body composition, blood pressure, all stuff like that. Can you trust these features? I even went out and got a little machine for at home to take my blood pressure, so I can test it against the watch and things like that. So that video is going to be all about can you trust either of these devices more? Can you trust neither of them? Does it still stand up that the Apple Watch is better? And if you're in either ecosystem, which should you go with? Can you just along that line, essentially?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Great idea.
Aren't they still?
That was the Galen's Gadgets exclusive. You're right, Mark.
Yes.
Don't they still say it's for informational purposes? Yeah, the oxygen monitoring level and all that other stuff. That's built in.
Really? They say that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing I have to admit, the blood oxygen has been freakishly accurate.
So yeah, that's what I've noticed on ones I've.
But it's one of the few features that they refuse to say is medical grade.
Okay.
They're very specific about, like, they'll openly say to you, "Our heart rate sensor on the Apple Watch is medical grade," you know, and Samsung do it as well. But no one will turn around and say, "Oh, our blood oxygen is." But I went to the hospital about a week ago, and I had that thing on for a couple of hours on my finger, and I thought, well, I've got it on here, so being a techie, I'm going to measure it against the watch, and it was freakishly accurate.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that they didn't do blood pressure. Good point that out, Mike.
Are you using it with the Galaxy phone, Michael? I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm pretty sure it's like the Galaxy and not the US firmware. It's like a Galaxy versus other Android thing instead of.
You asking me?
No, he was saying Michael thinks that it's the US firmware limiting the blood pressure sensor. I'm thinking it's the Android thing. It's not a regional thing. Okay. It's like a Samsung versus everyone else, basically.
I mean, you do have to download a separate Samsung app for it, but I thought it was a bit nuts. It's like, why does it need a separate app? But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sure, there's a separate app on the iPhone.
Crazy. It was fine for a while, and then it started again.
Sounds to me like LaShawn just got a bad one.
Yeah.
He been battling with that thing for a minute.
Yeah, he had one that was bad, and he returned it, got another one.
Yeah, I don't think it might be just a software thing. I don't know, or like what he said with his when it searching for different networks or whatever.
When it's searching for a network.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I think it's the LTE thing.
Yeah,
if it can't find a signal, it'll try harder.
And that's the reason why he needs it, because he place where he has to leave back his phone. So it's like,
I would be interested to see if another watch can handle it more though. So if you do get another one,
I wonder if my boy will do another LTE. Like, companies don't do LTE. Well, Wear OS watches. There are like a lot of LTE ones. Like, they'll release like the initial version and then they'll wait for the LTE model. Like, that's what Fossil does. That's what my boy does.
I got an email from Mobboy either yesterday or the day before saying the Ultra is now out of the LTE version.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That works in have you tried it in the US? Does it work here? The LTE version of the TicWatch?
I'm not sure. They sent me the Bluetooth version, so I haven't got the chance to see the LTE work.
Okay.
Is that his second watch? So the first replacement? And he's having problems again?
The second one, I think, right?
And they're having the same issue with the LTE.
Maybe third time's the charm, because I think I told you guys that when I had the first Apple Watch, the Series 0, I had to get that one replaced twice. So the third one that I got was okay. Just saying for the, it's possible to get multiple lemons in a row.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Domino's Heatwave bag watch.
Ain't it getting kind of cold down there? To help you out.
But that's what's annoying him. It's colder right now, and he's still getting the overheating.
Yeah, just put it close to your heart.
I mean, it's
warm. It's a winter feature, man. It'll keep you warm.
Yeah, it's a winter feature. Yeah.
How's the battery on that?
The first smartwatch with a winter built-in heater. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Get that shit on eBay. You'll be worth a fortune.
That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Just lean into it. It's a heater. It'll keep you warm.
Did y'all see those pictures of that? Speaking of heating, I think Patar actually sent me it via DM. The pictures of the Oneplus Nord 2 that exploded on a kid.
Yeah, it's not the first one either. It's not the first one either.
Mm-hmm.
That was brutal.
The kid okay?
I could see that. No, his leg was like
okay.
It went.
Oh, it hit his leg.
It was in his pocket when it went off.
Oh.
His leg was like. Yeah, someone echoing.
It
Is it me?
Is it me?
It might have been Galen.
We good?
Yeah, I think it might have been Galen.
All right, now that he's gone, we could talk about him.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that OnePlus. I really wanted that too, but it was being imported. Yeah, it might be you. Galen. Can you mute? Can you mute Galen?
Yeah, mute.
Yeah, I think it's Galen.
Yeah,
Is it me?
It's Galen.
Oh, Galen, buddy.
Galen's Echoes. Available now. New chapter.
Oh, Galen.
It's all good. Wait, was he not using AirPods Max? No, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see any headphones. I don't think he was using any headphones.
I think he just has the speakers down.
He's brave.
Don't mention OnePlus to me. I'm not happy with OnePlus.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like, people be like that. I miss my OnePlus now.
I like OnePlus.
I don't know if you guys in the US got it, but on the 5th of November, OnePlus launched a mystery box. Did any of you see that?
No.
How did they do that type of stuff?
Oh, I know about this.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so OnePlus did it was like a pre-Black Friday kind of thing. So they did a mystery box for $9.99, like it was a tenner, and it was for the OnePlus. So basically, what you got was OnePlus buds, wireless buds, and a mystery product of their choosing. So on their list, they had 2 of the Nord phones, a USB-C cable, and 2 pairs of socks, OnePlus socks.
Official socks.
Wow. So I created 2 accounts and ordered 2 separate. I
know what happened.
Things, and literally the thing that pissed me off was I ordered 2 of them. They charged me twice for shipping because it was 2 different accounts.
Wow.
They arrived in the one box. They arrived in the one package.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then opened it up and I got buds and a fucking cable. Twice.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So then
how much were the mystery boxes?
$300.
$9.99. No, $9.99. It was
plus shipping.
Plus shipping, so it was about
Times
15.
2.
It was about 15 quid. So
okay.
Damn,
even though the accounts were my name and my wife's name, they shipped it in one package to the same address.
I mean, it's kind of like a lottery type of thing, right? So somebody probably got lucky. So because I think the cable is like $10, isn't it?
Yeah, and the buds I think are still like 80 odd for those buds.
Which ones are those? Yeah, them are probably like 50, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you guys remember the US Customs and the OnePlus buds?
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah. I got those.
The US Customs were like, nope, sorry, keep it moving.
They thought they were
in the bin.
They thought they were fakes, right?
Yeah, they thought they were
they
fake
had to
AirPods,
clear
so they
them.
seized them.
Yeah. And also, Michael, if you look closely, I bet you they covered their ass with that, and they put shipping and handling. So you do have to pay double for them handling and processing 2 pieces of paper rather than 1.
Scumbags! They're on my shit list.
I've seen people that I think the most recent one where it was an over-the-counter repair quote that they charged $10 for the paper he was reading that had all that stuff on it on the quote. There was there was a fee on it. I'm like,
was this in the US?
Yeah, well, I've seen it here personally. Yes, because there's like, do you want a receipt? And there's you'll see receipt fee $3 or something like that. But I think this one might have been the English wasn't good. It was like kind of broken English on the paper, so maybe another country, but still there. I'm like, I thought paper was expensive as it is by the ream, at your local, office supply store. But there's places raking it in because they're like, oh, I had to print it out and I had to type it, and copy and paste, and
Well, do you know what? I'm curious where OnePlus is going to go with this new color OS now that they've merged with Oppo on that front.
I think it's going to be a good thing.
To see how it works out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll be doomed.
Oh, it can't get worse.
I didn't hear anything.
Considering how bad their software has been getting, I think it would probably give them a bit of stability. is what they need. Because if you go through like the OnePlus forums or the OnePlus Reddits, it's just people pure raging about Oxygen OS being so bad.
Well, I'll say from my experience, it wasn't as bad as they're making it seem. But I think what people are not liking is that OnePlus is kind of going towards, or they're following more of the mainstream path, which
it was inevitable.
I think, I mean, but that's
it's like a clean version. It's like a clean version of what Samsung One UI was becoming until One UI kind of went more like Google this time with One UI 4. And there are people like 504, if you guys have seen him in streams, like I was like, man, I love this OnePlus. I love Oxygen OS. Man, I wish I'd have picked this up sooner. He goes, I hate the new. He goes, why? They're like, why is it Samsung? They hate it. They're like, I'm like, but Samsung made a lot of good choices, you know, like, you know, and to me, OnePlus just made a better looking version of the Samsung One UI, in my opinion.
No, it's hardcore like OnePlus like nerds. Like myself, I had the OnePlus.
Oh yeah, you're OnePlus.
Like, I had Cyanogen Mod, whatever that was on there. Like I remember those days, but at the same time, I understand where a company that came from the bottom is trying to go.
Yeah,
so I can't really like.
Have you ever heard of a channel called Tech Altar? German guy.
I don't know.
Yeah. He does a lot of OnePlus content. Yeah.
He used to work for Oppo, and he made a video on why enthusiast brands like OnePlus will always betray you in the end. And it's so accurate, Because don't
I remember that. I think I remember that video.
Yeah. So what he said was basically their ultimate aim is to be a flagship one day.
Correct.
You know, and that's why they make devices like, we're making a McLaren version this year, and it's instead of 700, it's 849. And all they're doing is they're buttering you up. So next year, when the OnePlus 8 Pro comes out and it starts at 849, you're ready for it. You've already seen the OnePlus 849.
Yeah, it was a glance at that,
you know, I was actually at a football game yesterday, or you Americans incorrectly called soccer. And a guy next to me actually had a OnePlus 7 Pro, and I was just there like, OnePlus 7 Pro? I was like, damn.
No, there was a point where I was seeing more of those than Google Pixels. Yeah, correct. Like, I was seeing a lot of people with the OnePlus 7 Pro.
They messed up. They really had the moment where they were in that sweet spot where it could go either way. They could go mainstream or fall back into nothing, and they just fell back into nothing. They just completely shot themselves in the foot.
You see, for me, that was always part of OnePlus's charm. The OnePlus. For me, part of OnePlus's charm was always, we're not flagships, but we can still do just as good a phone.
Right.
That was always part of their charm. And when they tried then to be the next big flagship, it was like, no, don't do that. Just do what you're doing.
Yeah, I get that. I just coming from a real realist standpoint, everybody wants to elevate, everybody wants to be on top at some point. So I can't really fault them for giving their effort. And if they with the Color OS thing, I think that can push them over the top.
I think so too.
It's the same. I think Google and OnePlus have a lot in common, where there's just a lot of people that I feel like a lot of OnePlus people don't really want them to succeed. Whereas with Google people want. Correct. It's the opposite. So I'm we need more players in the game. We only got Samsung and Apple.
And my whole thing is, Mems, if you are OnePlus and you don't try to beautify your OS and you stay stock, then you either become Motorola or you start to compete with Sony. And are you going to really try to compete with Sony? Because Sony's going to, their Android 12 is going to look like Android 9, when it comes out. And guess what? They're like, guess what? Best cameras on the planet, best video, all that stuff, you know?
So it's just which side do you want to be on?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I definitely think they should go the Motorola route. Like Barry said, just going back to bang for your buck, honestly. I think that's what they should do instead of playing in the flagship market, because it's pretty dominant here in the US.
We only got one, if we're being real. It's only Samsung.
And also
the flagship market is only Samsung. So there is still some room. There's a lot of mid-range phones now. You got Motorola, you got all these every Samsung has a phone in every price point. So
exactly.
now it's like there's a lot of players in the mid range. There's not really too many flagships.
Yeah.
So when you guys say mainstream, you mean Apple, Samsung, or who else, or only Samsung?
That's
well, if we're
much
talking
it.
Android, it's only
it's really
it's only
Samsung.
Samsung.
Yeah, it's only Samsung.
Like,
Google will be there very soon, but it's
Mhm.
right now it's only Samsung.
Yeah, they killed it with the marketing this year. That's kind of what
killed it.
someone needed to do.
Do you know what?
especially after LG
Do you
left.
remember me saying that here in the UK I could find a Google Pixel advert in every nook and cranny? Like
Yeah.
I've seen them in the most ridiculous places, and I'm still finding them
Wow.
like everywhere. It's like, they don't call it the 6 Pro anywhere. It just says the Google Pixel phone.
Okay.
That's like a complete like rebrand and like if you think about it like that,
All
like, they want you to remember this one.
They want
We
you
have
to
a
know
Pixel
this
for
is a
everybody.
Google phone.
Yeah,
This is Google's phone. This is our thing.
yeah. No, I like it. I like it.
Because everyone
it's good. It's a good advert.
because everyone knows that Android is their software, so that's they know, right? Because they're like, oh, the Google phone. You mean like any Android, basically, because that's their platform, and I think that's that distinction that they're making. No, it's the whole phone.
The whole thing is by us.
Yes.
But it's like interesting. Like a lot of older people that I like interact with, they like refer to just like Android in general being a Samsung phone. Like they think
a lot of
every
it is
Android
Samsung.
is
Correct.
That's one of the things people confuse though. People think Samsung is Android. They don't realize it's a skin. And I think that goes back to the fact that since 2010, they've been the predominant player in the Android market.
Yeah.
It was always a little bit synonymous where if you fought Android, you fought Samsung, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
I remember when I thought HTC used to be that before Samsung took over. Like, whenever I thought Android,
at least here, HTC was.
They came out with some crazy phones.
It's a shame what happened to HTC.
RIP.
RIP, but RIP, but long live HTC. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, Google, for purchasing.
Yeah, it's like it's like embodied. Yeah.
The reincarnate. HTC reincarnate.
Pretty much.
This is definitely like that's an HTC kind of design.
Yes. Didn't they just like make a phone like last year though? It's like
they did. It was a mid range. I forget what it was called, but yeah, it was a.
They do still drop stuff, but it ain't like the old days.
Yeah.
You guys talking about the HTC nostalgia?
Yeah, man.
It might have.
Remember us? No, I'm kidding. That'd be funny.
No, it was. I thought it was the. Hold on, let me pull it up.
The ones I remember from way back are I don't know.
No. It started with an E, I think.
U19E. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
The ones I remember from way back, I don't know which one came first or which one was like a higher or lower tier, but for HTC would be the one, the Evo, and I think Droid or something, right? They had a Droid one, HTC Droid.
That was Motorola.
Oh, Motorola. Oh, my bad. What other one?
You good?
But I'm gonna leave this one to Barry because I honestly don't know what stock Android is at this point.
Oh, is there any
Google Pixel really isn't?
Yeah, the Google Pixel is not stock anymore.
But I would say
the closest probably would be
Sony or Motorola.
Yeah, Sony first, then Motorola.
Yeah,
I'd say Nokia is there too.
Yeah, Nokia is there as well. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've never used a Nokia in a while.
Do you guys remember the Vivo K20 Pro?
I do not know. How long ago?
Well, Vivo, yeah, I never had a
Vivo. Didn't get big here until probably 3 years ago.
I've sent you a link in our chat here on StreamYard. Have a look, and that thing was by far the most specced out, most bizarre looking phone. And I'm pretty sure because OnePlus was still part of BBK then. If you look at the design, it looks very 7 Pro-esque.
Let me see.
1 second.
I'm pretty sure I've probably seen it.
Well, throwing it up on the stream.
Oh yeah, I do remember this thing. I do remember this.
What
had
a
a
selfie
Snapdragon
cam.
855, everything. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that the Redmi. Oh yeah.
Didn't that come out? I think it came out the same year or the year after, right?
Yeah. So the Redmi
Snapdragon 855.
Yeah, but I thought the Redmi was. I could have sworn that was it's a Xiaomi, but I thought
it's a Xiaomi. Yeah,
I thought that was there was something that OnePlus got. It was basically this phone. Forgot who produced it.
Is that the camera up top? What is that?
Yeah, it pops up.
Yeah, it's a selfie camera.
This came out after the OnePlus 7 Pro, I think.
Okay, did okay.
Yeah,
I believe this came out after.
It was close.
That thing is beautiful. That thing is beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was
cool.
great.
Yeah, because wasn't the 7 Pro the first one to do that pop-up thing, or was there another one before that?
I think there was one before.
Beat it, but I can't remember. It was like a weird. It's just like
because
I'm
there
sure
was like an era like everybody was dropping
some Oppo phone.
I know that some.
The Oppo one. Yeah,
some laptops had a pop under camera from the bottom.
Really?
Oh yeah, they still make those. Those look
terrible,
terrible.
They're under a key, and I'm like, that's a weird place for a camera. That's totally unflattering.
Yeah. You get the under the nose view.
I mean, do you guys also remember
the third and fourth chins? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Xiaomi made 2 phones that were actually completely transparent as well.
Yeah,
Xiaomi definitely they push the barrier when it comes to like design.
Xiaomi's cool. Yeah.
What was it? The now you Xiaomi and now you don't,
and the 9.
Yeah, the
the last. I know he was talking about HTC. The last one I had was a transparent. Was it the U12? I think.
Yeah, that's what it was.
HTC had the transparent blue.
Wasn't there like a green one too?
They might have had one. I just remember I had the blue joint. I forget what process. I think it was like the 845 or something. That was in that thing.
That would match those transparent iMacs from way back.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little behind, but right here.
We can do it now.
Pixels in there.
Sorry, I only got one. They didn't send me one.
Hey, they didn't send me this one.
No, I didn't get one.
Hey, I can put up the iPhone too. Put it down.
HTC had the best overlay skin.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people did enjoy that skin.
Mm-hmm.
No, at that time, yeah, HTC was killing it all the way through.
You guys know,
go ahead. I was just gonna say, did y'all know that Lewis made an announcement that he's getting the Pixel 6?
What?
Oh, nice.
Was he not getting it? Did he just get converted, or
he just got converted? I think it was like.
He's had the iPhone for a long time.
Oh yeah, that dang 10R, yeah. You getting rid of the 10R?
Vivo next. Okay, all right, LaShawn.
I was looking.
That joint. Yes, that one. That's Vivo next.
Thank you.
Right.
LaShawn and now Michael. Yep, that's right.
I really wish OnePlus just stuck with that. Like
I don't know why they didn't stick with it.
I do too.
It's almost like they literally are like, we have to grab one of your designs and put our skin on it. And like their parent company just said, "Oh no, you can't do it this year."
I think that was the beginning of their little flagship push because they know how important the whole what is it?
The camera and water resistance and all that stuff.
Yeah. They couldn't get the water resistance rating with that pop-up camera.
Like I'm really hoping and praying that this design stays for another year.
I was just hoping that they would.
It will. I think it
really.
Will.
They could have probably did something with that camera. Just kept building on it, like building on the hardware. Like, man, I wouldn't be mad at it if a company decided to make another one with a pop-up camera. I'd buy that.
Design, Barry, you said
that's weird that it's just like stopped out of nowhere. That's what like makes it.
Yeah, it's definitely because of the water resistance thing. No, like,
is that design that's new for this year, right, Barry? The one you're saying that you hope they keep around?
Yeah,
that's
I'm talking about the Pixel. Yeah, I'm hoping they keep it around like the design.
Yeah, I've mentioned that I like at least the camera bump is symmetrical. I mean, if they're not going to get rid of them, at least make
they have to
make
do
it
that.
symmetrical. They're not going to get
rid of it. If they change it, it has to be symmetrical though. Like, I don't want to see the camera go over here.
No.
You know how they say like, oh, you're going to put a case on anyways. I'm like, most cases accommodate the bump, so they still have a bump. There's still even with some like for example, this one I have a raised thing to protect it, so when I lay it flat, it still rocks. I know.
So the problem, Mark, is this. Like I think we would have all been cool with not having camera bumps until like when you. So it's not like we're reviewers, right? But But if you get a new phone, let's say it takes you 2 to 3 years, when you pull it out and start taking photos and then video with it, and it's a significant upgrade, it's hard to kind of go back to one that's lesser, you know.
Or just making a thicker slab phone so it's flush and more battery.
Yeah, they could do that.
So
I would risk that.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them doing that. It's just I don't think they're going to do that.
Because a phone, like we said before, like why have the most feature packed paperweight, right? It's like, oh, this can do everything if it had battery, and it's like, well, most people do use the camera that they have is the one pocket with their phone. So if you can if you have more battery in it so that you're able to capture more point and shoot moments, then I think that would be, I don't think many people would mind. I feel like we've gone through those waves in tech overall for like the last 20 even 30 years of shrinking everything down, and then everything got big again and then down again, right? With different when they got rid of keyboards, or where they got, folding open, flipping open, swiveling open, pens and all this other stuff. And now it's like, well, we did the thinnest phones that could be, a while ago. Now what? What's next?
But this could all change, because if you look at the leaks from the S22 and the iPhone 14, it's all about absorbing the cameras into the body.
Yeah.
So that could all change.
Yeah, I like that. I like that design. I think my point being is that I think for the most part we're over. Wow, look how thin it is, or it's so light. It's.
I think the whole thin thing needs to stop. I don't really care for it, and I think a lot of people would just prefer battery. Like, it's going to be 2 millimeters thicker. Okay,
well, and ain't no phones thin anymore.
It's 30 grams heavier.
Yeah. The thinnest phone out right now is the Duo.
Like if you ask 100 people, would you rather have a slim phone or would you rather have good battery? Anybody that tells you just a slim phone is off their tits.
Yeah, they're the shallow percentage to where it's like, what's the new color of iPhone this year? And I mean, like I've said it before. I'm like, what's the new color? That's gonna make or break it, because I know I'm not using the phone to its full advantage. I know the phone has been able to do more than what I could do with the phone since this Plus, maybe 7 even. So I'm like, that's already way above anything that I would ever like go in the settings and mess with this and format that. I'm like, I'm cool. Point and shoot. Just point and shoot and media consumption and social media and all that. It's no big deal. So I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I do want a flush camera, but not at the expense of a battery. So
right,
just don't do it.
Just bring the body of the phone out to the camera bumps.
You see, this is what I sort of liked when I seen the first leaked images John Prosser posted of the next iPhone, because I sort of thought, it's reported to be noticeably thicker. So if they've made it thicker to house that camera bump and get a good battery in there, I'm okay with that.
So and I'll be the dissenting voice here, because my big thing was not even looking at the camera bump. It was no notch. That's what I liked. And Mims knows I'm equal opportunity. I couldn't buy the 3XL because of that notch.
No, I gotta respect these consistent. So I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't have bought it
a while longer.
How do y'all feel about the designs that's like the recent designs with just like the actual camera basically coming out the body of the phone? How do y'all feel about
so
those?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You know why I don't mind it? Because Xiaomi is, to me, and this is all opinion, right? You guys may hate it, but Xiaomi has made the big camera bump look fashionable. Like they've done such a nice job.
Yeah.
So I got used to it once I kept seeing their phones.
Yeah.
So
none of the phones like this come out.
I did not, but
I'm
I put it on the Christmas list.
What's that other
stand? The Pixel stand.
Yeah, the Pixel stand.
Yeah, but Sean getting us all. There's people in his stream last night like, oh no, I'm not gonna get it. And he kept saying this. All right, I'm gonna go and get it.
I could have sworn he did. I had deja vu right now. I'm like, wait, he just asked that. Didn't he just ask that?
That's funny.
Yeah, I already.
Do you know what?
I got a couple wireless chargers already.
See, for over a year, I constantly look back at the Belkin 3-in-1 MagSafe stand. And I would really, really love it to just to have beside my bed, but I just won't pay 140 quid for it. I just won't do it.
Yeah, it's a little more expensive for you guys.
Yeah, like a third party right here for the Galaxy Watch earbuds right here.
Anchor.
Oh, nice.
Anchor.
MagSafe
cool. Charging.
MagSafe. Okay, cool.
MagSafe and then wireless charging here. So
I'm saying Anchor's just like they dropped another unique design wireless charger.
Actually, Anchor's wireless chargers are really good. I've got 2 of them in the house. The 3-in-1 Power Waves. They're so good.
Yeah.
What up, base?
You said phone, and then underneath is what for AirPods?
AirPods.
Yeah, so it's just wireless charging in the base. So that's where I put my AirPods. So
would that work on watches or not? Or not Apple Watch probably. No, right? Okay.
No.
Does that phone charge too?
Yeah. So it's just one USB.
Okay.
And it does both.
So does that split the power that you're giving it, whether it's like a 20 watt, that you're plugging it into, or how does that work? Yeah, okay.
Well, I just haven't plugged into a 20 watt brick.
Yeah, mine goes 5, 5, and 10.
Okay.
So 5 for the watch, 5 for the earbuds, and then 10 for the phone.
For me, I always tell people, make sure you look and check, because I'm cool with slow charging.
Right.
But there are times where I want fast charging. But like when I think of stand, I think of at night, I'm going to sleep, not to worry
exactly,
about.
Yeah. Because that's exactly what I have that for. So that sits by my bed. So the way I look at it is, most cases, like if I go to bed and if my iPhone isn't sitting, if it is above 50%, I just won't charge it at all. I'll just because then I'll get another day out of it easy. But
Galen,
if it's below 50, I'll put it on, but then it'll slowly optimize its own charging, because iOS will do that for you anyway.
Yeah, all of it. Galen, you said 5, 5, 10?
Yeah, 5, 5, 10.
So not 20, 10, 10?
No. So I don't know. I really like struggled with buying a charger, because like I bought a charger because I had a Pixel. That was like the first phone with like wireless charging that I've had in a while. And I was just like searching Amazon trying to find like the highest wattage. I couldn't really find anything over 15, so I really didn't care, because I didn't think Google would support like the 50-watt chargers that like Samsung or Xiaomi sell on Amazon or whatever. So I just did that. But the Pixel stand is supposed to be 23 watts. So
23, yeah.
And I also
like
like
a really weird number.
Yeah,
it
is.
Like OCD. It's like 23. Just go 20 or 25. God damn it.
Nah, I'm giving you that Jordan. It's that Jordan.
Yeah. So you see
I like the integration that they did with like the alarm system. When you set like an alarm on your phone, it will just like charge gradually until your alarm's up or whatever.
Correct. And that's
Google's fantastic with clever little features like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me catch up a little bit. Okay, I got you. So I'm guessing he doesn't like the.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and hopefully you get a case that. Yeah, but if you go caseless, it'd be tough. But I see what he's saying.
That's interesting. You would think it would be longer than that. The first gen Pixel. What was the watt? Was that 10 watts? Was the first gen 10 watts, Barry?
Had to be 10 or 5. Not much. For it to take 4 hours.
Yeah. Do you know what I find funny when it comes to wireless charging? If I put this iPhone on that anchor pad that I've got, it maxes out at 7.5. Whereas every Android I've had, the Pixel 4 XL or this S21, just 2 examples, I can get 15 watts on that same pad. It's just Apple being an asshole.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so Michael Pepper Tech has the 40 watt from Huawei. I was like debating doing that just to do it. He says that after the last update.
Okay.
So yeah, they might be like prepping it for the Pixel stand. They probably know people are doing that, so they're probably just like prepping it so the Pixel stand will be able to do that 23.
You're saying it doesn't charge faster after that?
It doesn't charge as fast as it did before.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want that moment case too, Ace.
Did y'all see like the ring that I think it was Jason W on Twitter posted? It's a MagSafe ring that you can put on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting that, like, just to do it, because I don't want the case, because I like showing off the sort of sunny color or whatever.
You could put like a clear skin or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that ring. It looks interesting. So hopefully it like still works with all the battery packs and everything. The MagSafe.
That'd be useful. Actually, my brother was actually asking me tonight. He's got an iPhone 11. And he was like, "Oh man, I need you to help me, because I've seen all your like cool little things that you're using for like your phone in the car and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's MagSafe. You're an iPhone 11. Get away from me." So he was like, "Yo, surely can I not get something for my phone?" So I was looking up and I seen a couple of cases on Amazon, but I didn't see much. But if you can get those MagSafe rings, if he could put that onto an existing case, that'd be really useful for him, actually.
Yeah, let me pull
up or find one that's integrated, right? Yeah, I figured someone would do that.
So Michael, can you explain what you really like about MagSafe? I'm just curious.
The convenience. Literally just the convenience, because I'll be honest, see, for years, and I still do use it. I use it when I go out on a bike, or if I use it I use it sometimes when I'm shooting B-roll, but I used quad lock for a lot of years. So I had the case, and I had the tripod mount and stuff, and I really liked it. So I had the mount, the desk mount, and all for it, and I had the car mount, and I had everything for it, and it was all really. It's a really good system. But MagSafe was just. It's just so convenient. I mean,
yeah, I might have to pick up that car mount because that's like I'm gonna tell you, I was a big Android Auto guy, and now I don't charge my phones as much anymore, like I did, years past. So I use the Google Assistant driving mode, so I have it uncharged. But it'd be nice to just have it propped up, right where where my head unit was. Yeah. And if I can use MagSafe, that's even better.
Well, this is it, and at the end of the day, if you have good accessories, because what I get from a lot of people, and Patar is also, he's also said it quite a bit, that he just doesn't trust the magnets. He just doesn't trust that they're strong enough. But you see with good accessories like the likes of Anchor or that sort of stuff, you won't get bad magnets. You really won't.
When you get a good magnet, solid.
Bro, those are unbelievably strong.
Yeah.
Unbelievably strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, but this is my point. If all the magnets on MagSafe products were as good as the ones on the Pitaka, I'd use it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd use it.
Right. The magnets in these Pitaka cases are ridiculous. They are absolutely. They're so damn strong. They're so strong to the point where I have one of these by my bed. And most mornings when I go to take this off, I'm lifting the whole damn thing because it's off.
You gotta probably like slide it up and it's easier to come off. But all these things.
But when you're half sleeping, you don't do that. You just expect.
Yeah, you just you get mad.
Yeah. So I've seen like a lot of rumors with like the Pixel like having like a built-in magnet. So
so like the Moment guys, that was one they did the video.
Straight up using accessories without any adapter.
Well. The Moment cases built, they have their own like system because they have their little accessories to work with.
Right, but people have been like literally. I know RJ Tech. He did this.
I did,
a magnet battery pack on there, and it was charging. So I'm like,
I did a couple of YouTube shorts on the Pixel. I did it with the Pixel 4 XL, and I did it with the 6, with the Apple MagSafe pack, and I stuck it under the back of the phone, and people lost their shit. They were like, "What is this?"
It's not as strong, but it does.
It's not as strong,
but did it actually charge?
It did, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wasn't the whole?
Because at the end of the day, it's just Qi. It's just Qi charging. So
wasn't the whole point of MagSafe the easily detachability? I didn't like that they used the same. I get it's their name and do whatever they want with it. I'm like, come on, man. You're able to like swing these phones around on these pucks.
Yeah. But you don't want to swing it around on a laptop. You want it to detach.
No, right.
But I see what you're saying. That was the whole point of the MagSafe.
Yeah, that was the beauty of that technology, to where
where you didn't kill your laptop. You get that? So,
there it is.
Like, okay,
look at that.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
It's not strong. The thing is weak. It's really weak. It's really weak.
Is that because of the magnet inside of the phone?
It's just not built for it. It's not. There's not an actual MagSafe ring.
I reckon it's just magnetism between that and the metal of the Qi coil.
Mm-hmm.
Have you any of the magnetic paper?
I did. I've seen it. I never tried it though.
Because I have a tiny little square of it, and I use it to run it over like the back of stuff. And I actually forgot to run it over the back of the Pixel just to see what it was picking up.
Right.
Yeah, somebody did a video on that.
Yeah, because I don't believe that they have specific magnets in the back of the Pixel, but there's something sticking to it, So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I like that.
I actually was in I was in a server room the other day, and I actually put my phone down on the top of one of the cabinets. And it stuck.
Yeah.
I went to pick my phone up, and I was like, oh, "Shit!" I had to lift it like that to get my phone off the cabinet. It was stuck to it.
Do you remember on some of the promo videos for MagSafe from Apple when they show I think it's like someone in their living, like by the front door, you come in, they set their phone down, right, and it zooms in and the puck waiting for the phone right there, right, and they just kind of place the phone on, and I'm like, okay, sure, that's you put your phone down, I get that. I want to see that person pull that phone back off, because then they're like, right, and then put it down and walk away. It's not going to be as gracious.
Right. Yeah. Wayne's daughter is definitely star of the show tonight.
Hey,
my dang dog trying to become the star.
What's she watching now?
No, my dog watches TV too. So whenever a dog or something pops up on the screen, she goes crazy. So
yeah,
we're convinced like my dog has like social anxiety just because of, you could just kind of tell she doesn't like being alone, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, my Rottweiler is the same way. She's really attached to us.
Okay. What type of dog do you have, Galen?
She is a Maltese. Where is she?
Oh, Maltese.
She's a Maltese and Lhasa Apso mix. She's a
baller.
Yeah.
Special food, right?
Special what is that?
Oh no, not at all. Well, actually,
I never even heard of it.
It's like super picky. She only likes like two different kinds of dog food. Like it's not anything special. It's just she's
my Rottweiler is really picky too.
My parents were saying that for my it's I guess it's technically prescription food, but I think you are able to just grab like that specific kind off the shelf in like PetSmart, Petco, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I guess it's more like a recommendation here. This will work well for your dog. That because over here where I am, again, California, if you guys have seen, not that I promote or recommend the news, but that there's a whole buttloads of stuff off the coast, a bunch of ships and boats and everything waiting. And it's not just, chips and tech related stuff. It's, food supplies, and not just for humans, for dogs. That same pets, that bag that we need for our dog, where like we've been like really, really, really low for a couple of weeks now. They're like, every time we go, no one has it. They haven't gotten their shit. It's sitting on the ocean right now. They're just waiting to try to bring it. I'm like, damn, who would have thought of all the stuff that people are waiting for to get it? It's like, man, dog food out here too. Can't even grab that.
Yeah, grab it. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's supposed to get crazy again. So
if it gives you a bit of a reality check though, how much of your stuff is imported?
Everything. Yeah.
Stock up on that toilet paper.
Yeah, we just did that last week, and my girlfriend had the idea to just go to Sam's and just get a lot of that stuff, because she works in logistics basically. So she works with like a lot of people transporting goods. So she suggested that we do that because her boss told her to.
I feel like you all jinxed me. You mentioned dogs, and I've got like a really clingy dog. Now she's come over and she won't go away.
Did she happen to hear my dog?
That's probably what it was, right?
No, he got his headphones.
She's half collie, half lurcher, so she's incredibly hyperactive.
No, man.
She's thinking, wait, what? Talking about who's leaving who? Where? What? Who's never coming back?
For once, my dog's not actually out with me. He's my freaking shadow now.
Oh, y'all got dogs, huh? Except for Barry, you got a dog? I don't know if you said you did or not.
I've got three. I have three. So I have a lab that his bark makes your dog sound like doesn't have a bark. Like I literally, when other dogs, like real dogs, like Rottweilers and Pit Bulls come, and he starts barking, I just walk him home because he's got the deepest voice. And then I've got a Shiba Inu, and I have a Pomeranian Papillon mix. And
I always wanted a Shiba Inu.
Yeah, but I'm still want a real one. I'm gonna pull up his dad real quick. Just give me a second.
And
for me, it's an Akita or a Rottweiler.
Akita too.
Akitas are dope.
Yeah.
Akitas don't bark; they just attack.
Oh,
that's
about
the problem.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a story. I used to know a guy who was a doorman at a club, and he had a big Akita, a big white one, right? And he called it Papillon. And if basically the rule of thumb was, if the dog didn't like you on the door, you weren't coming in. And when he used to take the dog downstairs to walk around the club to make sure people weren't doing things they weren't supposed to be doing, if the dog pulled you up, you were going out, no questions asked.
Damn, that's
the dog decided whether your night. Yeah, that's it. The dog decided if your night was made or broken.
Nice.
What kind of dog is that, Mike?
That's a Shar-Pei.
Okay.
A wrinkly dog.
Yeah, I like them wrinkly faces.
He's some crack.
Yeah.
I used to own a giant rabbit.
Everybody always turned around to me and go, "Well, what kind of dog's that?" And I was like, "No, man, he's not a dog. He just looks like one. he's a person."
So yeah, while Barry's looking for that, how many of you guys use NFC payments like regularly?
Oh my god, it's all I've used since 2017. Like in the UK,
Really?
because we only have like say 7 or 8 banks, and it used to be 5 or 6 until recently.
Okay.
Like since about 2015, 2016, everything is NFC. Like, and I mean everything is NFC.
Yeah.
I rarely ever. I can probably count on one hand how many times in a year I use my actual bank card.
It's actually when the strange thing for me is when actually people want to give you cash and you sort of go.
Yeah, that it really is a thing for me. People are like, "Do you have cash?" I'm like, "I haven't had cash in like 4 years."
No.
Yeah, I need to start using. I'm starting to use it more nowadays.
Yeah, I just used GPay for the first time today at a bank. I mean, at a restaurant, and I was just like amazed at like how easy it was to set up. Because like I was thinking like you would have to call your bank because that's how it was a few years ago. But I just like literally signed up my debit card in minutes and set up my PayPal in a few minutes. And
you see, the limits have been raised here in the UK. I'm not sure how much of a limit you guys have that you can spend.
£100 here, isn't it?
It's been increased from here. It used to be 45, and now it's been increased to 100.
You can't set that up yourself.
Apple Pay is no limit. Apple Pay is no limit.
Yeah, I think you could set it.
Apple Pay, yeah.
Depending on whatever your bank limit is.
There's some banks. So even though you had your card set up to Apple Pay, sometimes your bank did restrict it.
Yeah, that's the setting you have to change on your own. You're allowed to go into your bank, like for example, Bank of America, and then put in there, either you pick a number or just say no limit.
Yeah, I went to a store like right after the restaurant. I tried to use it with my watch, but it wouldn't work. It just like took too long.
I use Apple Pay on this all the time.
Yep. I'll literally go out to the shop to go and get stuff, and I'll get out of the car. I'll not even take my wallet. I'll not take my phone. I'll just walk in, and there it is.
Yeah.
It's always funny as well how many people are surprised. Like, you can do that with your watch, and I'm like, yes, just double tap the button on the side.
Yeah. It's the double take. You're sort of like, oh, you pay my card, yeah, and then you do that, and then they go, stop.
Yeah. I think even you can, at least over here, you're able to like. One time I forgot my wallet, but I had my phone, and you're able to inside of the app do like a pre-withdrawal thing, and it'll be waiting for you. So you like on that main screen without actually going into your account, you're able to do and like, oh, you have, did you want to withdraw? Did you want to withdraw your thing? You're like, yes, and then boom, there it is. Like it's like you can like set a quick cash, I guess, or whatever. Like a quick cash withdrawal.
Oh, we don't have that. That's clutch.
With just your phone. Yeah, I know. Where you're like, you're parking, right? And you're like, there's no wallet, and you're like, oh wait, my phone.
How long before NFC payments completely replace bank cards?
50 years. 50 years.
Well, okay.
A physical card? I don't think so.
I mean, how many bank, credit, and I guess credit union? All of them. Any financial institutions. A lot of them still don't even have. They're swipe.
The American financial system is so incredibly fractured. It makes Android look more wholesome.
Yeah.
How fractured it is. It's unbelievable how fractured your banking system is.
And then some places where you have the chip reader and they're like, oh, this it's swipe only. It's swipe only.
Yeah.
Different shops. And
stores. I'll never forget the first time.
It's so inconsistent.
And we had American tourists, and they were like, "Can I swipe my card?" I was like, "Can you do what?" Did you say swipe your card? And he was like way older than me. He was like, "Can you come over here? Like they want to swipe their cards. I don't know how you do this."
Yeah, like a lot of like hardcore.
How many shillings is that?
Shillings. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of hardcore Samsung users were like so mad with the MST because that was like the only thing that was really like cracking those, like tracking every single terminal or whatever. But
hey, Ace, too bad you made your decision.
Is it showing up on your end?
Ace, get yourself Galaxy
it's showing blank.
It's
what about now?
There we go.
Yeah, that's so I'll just talk about. Yeah, so I'll talk about this. So, I was looking because I think I'll have to pull up video. So, I think the breeder has scrubbed a lot because I think Romeo is passed now. But the funny thing about it, my dog, my Shiba, one of the most common things when I walk, and he's 11 now. When I walk him, and it doesn't matter what age he was at, I would always get people that would stop and say, "Oh my God, where did you get your Shiba?" Just like you can go to a pet store to get, and I'm like, "Oh no, don't worry about the Shiba. Like, this is a bad picture of Romeo, but don't worry about him. His dad is, a show dog." And they're like, "Oh yeah, but we want to know." I'm like, "No, you're not gonna be able to get one." So to make a long story short, my dog Yugi's father, the only time he would lose for a period of like 4 or 5 years in all these big contests, he wouldn't get best of show because that usually goes to the sporting breed. But in his class, he would always win, and they would have to bring dogs from Japan to do it. So, and we actually had a situation with the I'll stop sharing with the actual dog breeder. When we had gone to get another dog that, because we wanted one from a champion line, not because we were interested in breeding, we just liked the look. And we get there, and the breeder's like, "Why'd I tell these people like $1,500? I could get more money out of them." So she didn't want to give us the dog. So I was like, "Well, I don't care about this dog. I can leave." Well, Yugi, the one that she didn't want, jumped on me, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, you can have it." All of a sudden, the one that she was trying to sell became a runt, and Yugi looked just like the father. The one that she was like, because she told me this is why he would never do anything in a contest and all that. I'm like, I don't care. He's cute. So she tried to get the dog back from us. Like it went on for like a period of a couple of months. Well, can you just have the dog come over to our house and just spend the night? I was like, no. He's not gonna be yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a dismal.
Yeah,
that's karma, bitch.
That just is quick on you.
Exactly, that's total karma. So.
That's dope. I always want to give me a real Akita or a Shiba.
So Apple Pay doesn't support this yet?
What is that?
Press and pay with tap to pay with
Apple. Send them inside of iMessage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking about the person.
Yeah, okay. If you don't want to link with someone with iMessage, that would be a useful thing. So you don't have
like NFC type tap.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Okay, yeah, it confused me for a minute too. Okay.
So Barry, do you keep your dog in a crypto wallet?
No.
The JBL Live Pro Plus. I haven't had a pair of JBL earbuds in a while.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
No, I like JBL ever.
I love JBL, but as far as from what I know them is live sound reinforcement. DJ speakers and event speakers and stuff like that. I don't know them for headphones or earbuds. It's the consumer side.
Somebody replied to one of my videos asking me for a comparison on a set of JBLs, and I'm like, what? She's like, "Oh, what do these headphones sound like compared to the JBLs?" And I was like, "What the hell do I know?"
Yeah, I feel like they're a dying brand just because of the value that cheaper brands are starting to.
For
Soundcore is just eating out everyone.
Oh yeah, Soundcore is really.
Soundcore is ridiculous, man.
For consumer probably, but they're still major players in loudspeaker and professional sound. There.
Oh yeah, correct.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah.
What about Pataka sending me accessories for a product I don't even have?
What did they send you accessories for?
I'll show you what they sent me. I'll show you.
I always thought that was a little strange. Everyone was getting accessories for phones that they didn't have yet.
Oh yeah.
I don't even have AirPods Max.
Send them away.
Maybe this would be incentive. There'll be incentive for you to get it. You got.
Yeah, now you got to get it.
Right.
I'm not buying them. I'm too cheap for that. I'm not buying them.
What accessories you get?
Everything.
Everything but AirPods Max, funnily enough.
Yeah, I really, man, I want them the Pataka cases for the AirPods Max.
Well, there you go, mate. I've got them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's just doing. Yeah.
I didn't see. I had my head. I was looking.
And the funny thing is too, as well, they are the best color. They're blue.
Oh, yo! Hit me in the DMs, man.
Damn, those are sick.
Hit me in the DMs.
No games.
Yo,
so I might do the review video and just like.
Oh, you got the blue there. Okay.
Stick them on my ears or something.
Yeah, I need that, man.
Yeah, the king of soundcore right here.
Yeah. Did someone say soundcore?
Yeah, I got the Soundcore Liberty Pro 3s from Ike like a few weeks ago. I love them. Like I had the Liberty Air 2 Pros, which is like the stem style design. They look like AirPods.
I had those, yeah.
So yeah,
did you find they were claustrophobic sometimes?
Yeah, I don't like the fit of them. That's the issue. Like you'd have even on the instructions it says you gotta insert in your ear and then twist. Like I hated doing that because it just felt like I don't know. I just didn't like the fit, but I like the fit of the Pro 3s a lot better.
Nice.
One thing I will say about those Liberty Air 2 Pros, because they don't have that vent on the side, you get like a feeling like there's a buildup of pressure and a claustrophobic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were brilliant, but that, and I thought they weren't loud enough.
Okay.
I really took that for granted with the AirPods Pro. Like I didn't realize just how well that they release pressure in your ears until I tried a set of headphones that didn't, and then I was like, "Oh, my head's going to explode."
Yeah.
Like I had to stop taking them out of my ears just because I could feel it building, and then I could feel myself getting a headache.
Yeah. That plugged feeling.
Yeah. But I really took that for granted, and even on a plane, like I was on a plane.
What are you on
last week?
What's going on?
Hope not.
He's going on a trip.
Oh no, it's fine on my end.
Okay.
No, I know. We're just
got YouTube open over here. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thanks for looking.
Did we loop around on topics? Is that what you're saying?
Possibly.
Septian, tell us. You're gonna have to unmute.
Yeah, unmute.
Yeah.
Septian, put a one in the chat if you can. That's too funny.
Oh, we lost Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh,
he just turned his camera
man
on.
down.
Uh-oh. Hey, did you guys? Is it? What am I thinking of? Melon? I think Melon, like over here, like how we can see when we mute and then unmute, right? But on YouTube we can't. I think Melon, it shows you this view. Have you seen that? They show.
Oh, really?
The
they
audience,
show like
the microphone.
Wait a second. I
icon.
thought they could see here. It's only on certain screens.
No. Like right now I see that Wayne's muted, so that's on purpose. Over here, he's not on the. I don't see that icon at all through YouTube. But I'm pretty sure Melon shows everyone the microphone icon and whether it's muted or not. I'm like, that's a bit distracting.
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's not showing Wayne it's not showing.
So speaking of Black Friday, has anyone picked up anything yet or looking at anything?
I need to get a TV actually. Go ahead.
I do too.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Samsung QLED.
Okay.
Which one you guys look at?
Oh yeah.
I think it's me that time. But yeah.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at Walmart right now. I was just thinking of picking up the Sceptre brand because it's just so cheap, and I use external dongles anyways. I use my Chromecast.
Yeah, so you don't care.
I don't care about it being a smart TV. I just want something that's 4K and 55 inches. Honestly,
what about Vizio?
I don't.
I've been rocking with them.
I have to look at the price on it. But the cheapest one I saw, the cheapest 55 inch was $179, I think.
$179.
That's better than I paid $3 for mine.
Just because it's not a smart TV and it's not a big.
Oh.
If that breaks, I wouldn't even care for $179.
You wouldn't care, yeah. It's
yeah, crazy, man.
Wow.
If that lasted me 2 years, I'm good.
You're good, yeah.
Which one are you looking at? With my Chromecast, so I'm not really looking at smart TVs right now.
I have a lot of really affordable ones. Do with that what you will. I heard they were killing I've heard both from TCL and then they're killing it now. So
it looks like there's a Vizio for 500 at 70 inch at Walmart.
Oh damn! I was gonna say, yeah, the 300 was for I think 55 4K. I think two maybe 3 inputs, and smart TV. So for 300.
Let me just double.
Shopping for tech in the UK is.
I'm sorry,
so
it's 248. 248. Well, it's 199 for a 50-inch, 248 for a 55 for that Septra brand.
You ain't getting no 50-inch TV here for 199. I'll tell you that now. You can squeeze maybe like a 41 or something.
41 inch. That's great.
Oh, you know, 46 used to be like you were killing it in like the mid to late 2000s. I remember my brother had a 1080p with like 3 or 4 inputs, optical out. It swiveled, so it swiveled on its base. I was like, "What? 46-inch?" And then
I got a 46-inch Samsung upstairs.
Like 2008 or something. I forget what.
I'm like 55.
I've got a 50 or a 55 QLED that I bought 2 years ago now. So good.
Yeah, one thing I hate about it is that the brightness goes to maximum, and if you adjust it, it resets after like 15-20 minutes. And just
on what TV?
On that old, like, what is it, 12, 13-year-old 46-inch Samsung we have in the I've been meaning to grandfather down some of my stuff to the bedroom, and then the bedroom to my parents' bedroom to the living. Waterfall all the TVs that we've had forever, and then.
So how big are you trying to go, Barry?
So this room is probably like 65, but I'm willing to listen. If you found some other stuff, I'm listening.
Yeah.
You want to go bigger than 65?
No. It's like 65 is probably a sweet spot, but
okay.
I'm willing to listen. Like if it's a good deal, it's like okay.
Yeah, if you see like a 50 for like
75,
yeah.
Have you you got like a Costco or Sam's Club membership?
I've got a BJ's. Unfortunately, I don't have.
I don't know that they sell TVs.
It's a good deal.
I know
they do. They do sell TVs, but normally Costco has a better deal.
Yeah, they usually have pretty good deals.
It's funny how a TV can do that to a man, because you can sit there in your head and go, right, I have the perfect space for a 55-inch, and then you'll see a better deal for a 65 or 70, and you'll go, well, I could knock that wall out, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if I cut a bit of the wall out and knock that bit back in there, that could fit, no problem.
Yeah, LaShawn, you are good. LG is a really good brand for that.
And then you have to say to her, babe, how do you feel about losing the kitchen unit?
Yeah, right. You go watch all your shows?
55-inch LG 4K. So I'm good with that too.
Yeah, I use a projector in my living room right now. So I don't really want to too big of a
projectors. Has anyone tried any of those Anker Nebula projectors?
No, but I want to.
I've been meaning to try them since they made that first one. And
what
they
are
look
they?
so
are they
good.
just like small? Or?
So Nebula,
they're normal. They're like regular
brand of portable projector, and they've got one that's the size of a Coke can with a pinhole in it, and you can do like a whole wall. So you can take it with you, and you can play a film from your iPhone to the Nebula, and play it on whatever.
They're only 1080p though, aren't they?
720 or what is it?
Is that battery?
I think
they are battery. Hold on,
they have a ton of them, so they vary, Wayne.
There are variable ones.
You know what's cool about them is I imagine it's a common feature in projectors because they don't know what you're going to project onto. But even if it's like an angled wall or a crooked thing, you can morph the image so it's square. Right. You know, a perfect rectangle.
Yeah, I made the mistake of looking at a short throw projector. You know how expensive those things are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you can put it like, for example, how you have like vaulted, ceilings and stuff that you're able to make it so that it from the angle you're watching it, it's a rectangle, but when you step to the side, it's all warped. Or if you were to move that and swivel it to a flat wall, it's like a upside down trapezoid.
Nice. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like a 130-inch projector in my living room right now.
That's baller.
With. Yeah, it wasn't expensive at all. Like it's like one of those 280p mini projectors. Yeah, it wasn't too expensive.
Oh, and it supports Android 8.1.
Interesting. So it does run Android TV or whatever.
Looking at this one, it maxes out at 720p.
Oh, okay.
Yes, one for 720,
which is HD. Don't forget.
Oh, they have a 4K one. How much is that? Jesus wept.
Triple.
I think I'll just buy a TV.
They have a 4K.
Can't take it everywhere.
Yeah.
How much was
for
that?
1400.
And I'm good for a projector.
Yeah, for a 4K TV. Yeah, but
it's got Android TV. It's got Dolby audio speakers. HDR10.
And they shipping these things overnight.
Where are you
hell
looking,
no. I'm on the Nebula page on Amazon.
Yeah. Y'all see.
I'm not being funny, but I think I'll just buy a TV and a HomePod and pair them.
Yeah. Yeah, for the price.
Which is what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, the HomePod with a TV is so good.
Yeah. Have you guys
it actually freaks my girlfriend out? Yeah, seriously, I put on Invasion on Apple TV Plus, and she was like, "Where's the audio coming from?" I'm like, "The HomePod."
And that's the thing, but see, the more you add to it, the more you're going to fry your head.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So
have
good.
You guys seen Go ahead.
I'm patiently waiting for I know the colored ones have been available to buy in America, but they're still not available yet here in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want that.
Yeah, I went to Best Buy today. I saw like the orange one. It looked really cool.
The orange one is pretty nice. The yellow one's not really my bag, but I really like the blue. It's kind of like a tail, and that's totally my jam. I'm like, yeah, give me that.
Yeah, $200 off for that Nebula 4K.
I still can't get over.
Oh, really?
Off of 1600, so it would be 14.
14. That's pretty good.
Are you looking into a projector?
I was at one point actually, but I ain't got no wall space for it.
You use one, Barry?
I've used one, yeah. So I have a media room upstairs. Just haven't had a lot of time to use it lately, but
that's cool. Yeah, I see like people like make their own theaters basically in their house. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking on home theaters and home setups, any is running your own Plex server?
What's that?
So I used to do my own Plex before the kids got into Netflix and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I kind of switched to that kind of.
That is something I would like to eventually be in.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially with like I host my own. I have a QNAP at home, which is a pretty good spec, and it runs all my 4K stuff really well. Then I've Apple TVs throughout the house, and literally just going in and picking up. Like I could be out here in my space watching whatever, and I could just turn it off in here, go into the living room or go into the bedroom, and just resume where I was, all from my own server. So it's so good.
That's pretty cool.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm just rocking with my Chromecast and my Shield TV, just downloading third-party apps to do what I want, pretty much. Yeah. So, did anyone else see any other Black Friday deals that you're like looking into or anything?
I didn't. I gotta keep looking.
I think this is the first year where I'm sort of like, oh, I really want something, but I just don't know what. And there's nothing that's really like. I've said for a long time that I want a drone, but I sort of went into the notion of obviously with it in the UK being winter here, it's cold and wet and dark, and I thought this isn't the time for a drone. So I sort of figured I would keep an eye out. So I was actually looking for a second camera for B-roll and for overhead shots, and I was looking at the DJI Action 2, the little square camera. But some of the reviews of it have just totally put me off. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking for now, to be honest. Especially in the UK, there seems to be some sort of geofencing on it, which really puts me off. So what the guys were saying was when they got their camera and they set it up, it was all fine and dandy, and when they were using it was pending activation with DJI, and then once it activated with DJI, it then disabled high temperature mode, which meant that every time anybody went, it was just overheating like mad.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't. So like guys weren't even getting 5 minutes worth of footage off it before the thing was overheating and shutting off. So I was like, oh, that's no use to me. Because
that's no use,
Yeah.
Are you looking at anything?
Because you're looking for an overhead setup, you need to not worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the thing was, typically I use my iPhone. To be honest, I stick it into the quad lock and just sort of mount it above me, and I use it. But there's sometimes when I'm using it and I realize that I actually need my phone for a video, and then I'm like, crap. So what am I going to do? So
get another phone.
I'm not buying another iPhone.
Yeah.
So, but then again, I have a iPhone 11 for my work phone, so I was sort of thinking I can maybe use it. 4K still good enough for that, to be fair. So
that's fair. Are you looking at anything for Black Friday, Mark?
You know, I was gonna say for how Sam's comment, it's like most of us, I imagine, already bought whatever we like really wanted. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it. Like people ask me like what I want for Christmas. I'm like, I usually buy things when I want them. So, yeah.
So also earlier with like you figure if you guys remember some people that were ready to upgrade that had gotten I think the Mini and the Pro Max were delayed by a month, and then another month depending on when you actually received yours or when they were shipped out. So you were 2 months behind. And people that went to go upgrade to the 13 this year, they were like, "Oh, you're at month 10. You owe us 2 months of to reach your 1 year of payments to be able to trade this in or upgrade." And then I was like, "Oh, damn, that's right. This phone I have is not even a year old, and there's this new one out." And because people like me procrastinated, right? I mean, I have last year's 12 Pro Max, and I was like, the one thing probably would be the 13 Pro Max, but not to trade this one in, because I'm like exactly how Michael just mentioned, like, hey, an additional handset is pretty useful. So I would have kept it, and I'm like, okay, this phone came out 2 months ago, so if I were to grab one, then I'll have it for 10 months by the time the next one comes out. I'm like, there you are again for the 10-month upgrade cycle.
Pretty Part crazy. Of me kind of wishes I'd have kept my 12 Pro Max, to be honest. Simply because it was also the best. I sold it.
Oh, man.
So because I literally didn't think I would need it, and then the more I'm sort of thinking about it now, I'm like, damn, I should have kept it. And it was the best color, Pacific Blue.
Yeah, right. I think I tweeted about that too. I'm like, you know what, with these colors that they offered this year, I'm like, I'm still Pacific Blue.
Pacific Blue all the way, man. I miss it so bad.
Yeah, and I try to not. I don't like selling, especially like used stuff, and with like dealing with tire kickers. So whenever depending whenever, especially during a pandemic, right? So it's like whenever I eventually like get sick of something, I'm like, whatever, F it, I'm gonna eat the the trade-ins, because it's so easy and so simple and way quicker, right? So aside from that, I'm like, most of the stuff, like, not even then, just keep it. It's worth more keeping it. You find a use later. Or like, for example, some people are like Peter and Michael are saying like, oh man, I wish I would have kept it, or just jump back to it for a week and see if you really miss it or not, or you have that option now, because they're both kick-ass phones. So still,
no, the amount of people I literally tire kickers like messaging me for my 12 Pro Max, and I didn't actually realize as well, because I just took it in my head, right? Well, the 13's out, so that's a year, so I'm out. And then I realized when I actually checked that, because people were asking me, what about the warranty? And I was like, oh no, it's a year old. And then I remembered they were delayed. So I actually went on. I was like, oh shit, there's 2 months of warranty left on this thing. So I was having to go back to everybody and say, oh, here, there's actually 2 months left on it. So yeah, fairly good.
So I'm not trying to change the subject, but I don't know if anyone caught this comment by Sam or Like and Snatch Periwinkle Blue.
What's up?
Oh, Periwinkle.
The new one.
So I actually. Yes.
Periwinkle Blue Boy.
Yes. So let me tell you. So that's another movie you got to watch. D-Mems. So
what's this?
Snatch. It's by Guy Ritchie. This is before.
Okay.
This is before Guy Ritchie was married to Madonna. Like we literally had a gem on our hands, but of course, Madonna had to go ruin that for us. But that's neither here nor there. But so Brad Pitt plays a character that even around his own people, he's hard to understand. So
he's a gypsy,
but
right.
he's like the hard a pikey. Yeah. So, but what was funny as being in the States, Demons, me and my wife saw it. We wanted to see it. And it wasn't going to be very popular because people didn't really know him over here, Guy Ritchie and all that stuff. Why is Brad Pitt in this movie and all that stuff?
Obscure film.
So it was obscure.
It's a very British film.
Yes. So, and I had already saw Lock, Stock, so I was like, we're going to see this movie, right?
This man has good taste.
What was funny, it's a funny movie, all right? But I watched the trailer so much that I knew I could understand Brad Pitt, and my wife could too. So we were laughing at the film because it was hilarious, but then you would look in the audience and people were like, what? Huh? Like, so I'm laughing, like I'm just dying, and then I'm looking at them and I'm dying because they don't get what's actually happening and all that stuff. So yeah, you have to watch that movie.
God forbid you have to deal with real pikeys. Jesus.
Oh Lord.
Jesus help you.
So what's scary is people like they captured it so well. You know what I'm saying? Like how to do. Oh my God, they did such a great job.
We've actually just had a camp of pikeys turn up outside of our building where I work.
Yeah.
We just rolled up one morning. There was just pikey caravans on the grass outside the building. I was like, you have to be fucking kidding me. And every day there was like more caravans.
Oh, damn.
I was like, yeah, sweet. I was like, the office is getting robbed.
Why do I want a caravan with no ears?
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah, this thing roll around.
Oh, dude from Walking Dead.
It's really good. There's so many one-liners in that.
Oh, there's a lot of people in Snatch. There's tons.
Lenny James.
But you would
Lenny James. Yep, Lenny James is in there. Yep.
Tyrone, the getaway driver.
Tyrone, yeah.
He's a friend of a friend.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He's a funny guy.
Am I like, I don't know, can I see Jason Statham? Is he like because I've never seen him in a comedy movie.
So he got his start pretty much like where he became known over here in Lock, Stock, and then this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was believe it or not, he was a diver. So
I mean, I guess I could see that.
If you go onto YouTube, actually, you'll see there's videos of him like professionally diving, and it's weird because he's got a full head of hair, and you're like, what the?
Yeah,
that's weird right there. A full head of hair.
I'm telling you gotta see it, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm gonna see if I can find it somewhere.
I like it. Do you know what I like in Lock, Stock when Nick the Greek goes to see the crazy black guy? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, oh, that guy was hilarious. Hold on, let me pull up his name.
There, he's like shaking.
Rory,
yeah.
Yes, Rory was Rory. Oh, Rory is so.
I can't repeat the comments in that
Rory
scene,
is a dude. He literally is a guy that you walk into a place and you just dismiss him. He's the hardest dude in there. Like literally, like he's the guy you don't want to mess with. You just look at him and it's like, oh man, you know.
But the thing is, like the way they speak and the language is so accurate.
Oh my God.
It's so if you walk into a pub and you see two geezers having an argument, that's how you're going to hear them talk.
Yes.
Do you take me for some sort of?
Oh yes. Oh my God. Because I'm not laughing, Nicholas. Oh my God.
Is it something us black guys don't get?
Yes, that white girl. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, Mims, you have to watch. Sorry, Sam. I know you got to start the whole, but you have to watch.
No, it's cool. I see they got it on Amazon Prime. So,
and I'm telling you, like, I was devastated because I already knew how Madonna got down. Like, if Madonna needs the spotlight, if she's a superstar, right?
Diva.
So he's doing his own thing, and he's just got this thing that he's just going to be making these great films forever. And like they would do interviews, or like he would be being interviewed, and she would just kind of hang off to the side, and then she'd just pop in, like take over the interview. I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to get another movie out of this guy.
But by the way, look out for the parking attendant.
Yes,
the parking attendant
in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, just look out for the parking attendant.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta.
I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm remembering it vaguely.
Just real quick shout out to Mims for the Dreamville shirt.
Hey,
I need some Dreamville gear myself.
Oh man,
is that from El Jefe?
No, it's a label, a record label.
Yeah.
Boris the Bullet Dodger.
Boris the Bullet Dodger. He's from Serbia. He's actually from
he's from Serbia. Yep. Yeah, my best friend is Serbian. So yeah. So
actually, that would be probably the next thing. Would be really neat to have a bunch of different merch from all the creators we know. That'd be sick.
No, I'm that's like been like one of my number one things I'm thinking about doing. It's just I want to do it right and have like decent quality and whatnot. So
I'm actually working on some stuff as well in the background. So I'm gonna start sort of like gradually dropping it in like on videos to see if people notice, and then if they sort of do, then I'll like offer it out, and then if they don't, it'll be my own little inside thing.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because like those companies are getting like better and better. Like I bought something from like a company that like said something religious like a few months ago. It was like the most comfortable hoodie I've ever bought in my entire life.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I want people to remember for that. Like
decent.
But nah.
That whole like branding and like I'm like brainstorming and helping like someone else come up with like names and stuff is something that has come natural to me. But when it comes to like for me, I'm like, oh, I'm like overly critical or you know what I mean? If I get
I'm gonna have to hit you up on the DMs, Mark, to help me out with some merch,
for sure.
Names and stuff, graphics or whatever.
If I was a little more like, so see, that's the creative side, but the artistic side, like
not necessarily like drawing it out, but just giving like an idea of what to do.
Like as a second set of eyes for like what definitely sure. I'll give my thoughts for what I see, but like coming up with stuff, it's
okay. Yeah, so
I'm real minimalistic, so whatever I do wouldn't be too crazy. So
yeah. So, quick question, Mark. You came in a little bit later than everybody else. When I first started, I asked everyone else like what was next for their channel or whatever. What are they working on? I know you're primarily like a streaming channel, but are you working on anything? Just wanted to like curious.
No, some people have been bouncing ideas and stuff like that around for like what the directions that I can go and could do, because like I've mentioned to you guys how like this whole thing is in the middle of a remodel, and we were trying to get all of it done, but before my second nephew was born, and so we stopped that and focused on the it has the basement and all that, so that had to be stopped. And I'm like, well, it's unfinished, but it's definitely has a look, and I guess I'm just trying to decide if I can like make it like appear, I guess, on purpose, like an industrial, unfinished construction, because you can see all the like nails, bolts, screws, where everything meets, because it's not like again, it's unfinished. So I don't know to let you guys in and see all of that. I'm like, ooh, it's
do a green
because it's not finished. So I'm like, I know it's not finished, and it's not. I'm like, but can I make it look like it's on purpose, or I guess make it seem like it's the best? And so. Well, I guess while I have free time, because eventually this new job I'm working on is going to take a lot of that out. So, brainstorming, I guess. Yeah.
Day jobs.
Because I don't know if I would want to do like reviews and stuff. Because I mean, I'm obviously, you guys know I'm biased, so I'm like, I can tell you about stuff that I do like or why I don't like or never tried other stuff.
That's the thing, though. It could be, as long as you're open and your biases. I don't think people really have a problem with that. It's the people that like to pretend that they don't.
I think it'd be more.
I look at it more. It'd be from your perspective of an Apple user.
Exactly. Right.
So,
exactly.
I would want to have like a bit of a light or funny, comedic, humorous type thing, because it'd be entertainment first. I mean, we're all on YouTube.
And even though I was going to say,
look at Ace. Ace is an Apple guy, but he's telling you stuff that he likes.
Same with RJ
is like
just like Ace, like Mark, you might be biased, but you still understand Apple's shortcomings, and you have no problem talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm the same. Like I primarily use Apple, and I'm fall deep into the ecosystem. But I regularly in all my videos, I'm shitting on Lightning at every opportunity.
I know, Lightning. God, yeah.
I really wish they would have.
There was a poll. I rather have you, as much as I hate the notch, I would go USB-C over the notch. That's how much I hate the lightning.
If you so you would choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
given this between either or getting rid of one or the other, you would.
I just wish I don't know.
Eliminate lightning first.
They can't just advance or make.
Because
the lightning better.
I think it's just it's a. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, is it a physical?
I think it's a physical
thing that
I
they
think
can't
it's Lightning
do?
2.0.
Yeah,
like can they make it like 3.1 speeds or something?
I think they could, but they couldn't. Where's the backwards compatibility? Like where is
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, wouldn't it just be? You mean like the physical lightning cables that everyone already has?
Yeah. So meaning like they went to Lightning 2.0 or what have you.
Yeah, Lightning 2.
Yeah.
Like it can be the exact same cable.
The cables would work, but they would be limited to the speeds or whatever, right? So I mean,
which
I don't imagine
because that's how USB-C is right now. Not every USB-C is Thunderbolt or Gen 1 or whatever.
That's the thing. But like, if you look at it from purely from my perspective now, I'm using an iPad Pro, a MacBook Air, and when I go away, like when I went away with work, I took my MacBook Air, my iPad Pro, and only took one charger with me. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to bring something from a phone.
Yeah,
so
is that crazy?
I just brought, it's like, why can't I
and
just
that was so annoying for me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, if I could just bring one charger and one cable for everything, it'd be great.
But I think it's just they're looking at it from a pure perspective of we don't sell as much of the Pro iPads with the USB-C, right? But we sell a ton of these phones, and we get this nice licensing money every time someone sells, and they just don't want to give it up,
And I think that like as much as like the iPads are, obviously an Apple product in the Apple ecosystem, I think that you find a lot of people outside of the Apple ecosystem still buying iPads. So there's a good amount of people that got Android phones.
The way I look at it is, if ProRes doesn't push Apple down the route of USB-C, nothing's going to do it.
Nothing's going to do it. Yeah.
Because I 65 gig of ProRes I shot on my phone, and transferring it through Lightning was awful.
Ridiculous.
Still transferring over right now.
So, and if they're going to push ProRes and we've got these great cameras, then that'll never, if that doesn't push them over the line, nothing ever will.
Speaking of that USB-C, did y'all see that iPhone on eBay sold for like 86,000?
Yeah.
And did you see his terms and conditions after you bought it?
Stupid. How do you?
No.
It basically said, "Don't touch it. If you break it, it's on your Don't come back to me."
It's like very fragile.
Don't install any updates either. Don't do anything.
Don't actually use the cable.
I think the listing is still up. I think you can still look at the actual terms and conditions. But yeah, you guys nailed it. It's This will not be your daily. You won't open it. Don't update it. I forget what else. I'm like, how the hell do you even know? How would you possibly know?
Yeah, just because Cynthia said something about that Nord phone. I tried to get the pictures, Patar, that you sent me. So they deleted the tweet.
So which Nord is he talking about?
Company?
It's the cheaper one. It's like the newest, cheapest
one.
Yeah,
it's the Nord 2. It's the Nord 2. It's the Nord 2.
I'm saying Seb, Nord 2 is totally different than the one he had.
Okay.
I know he's been like
Nord 2 is actually decent.
I think
he's been
Nord,
really like talking about the
had
Nord,
like one of the N2 100 or something, like the one with like a Snapdragon 400.
I'll just say this: if it's a Nord from the States, don't buy it. If it's a Nord elsewhere, you can probably.
There are multiple. So there's like one with
any of the ones from the States, because the Nord 2 isn't actually sold in the States. You can't actually get that one. But like the Nord 100 or 200 or whatever that all those
there's like 3 of them in the States right now. I know one of them,
none of them are good.
The other 2 aren't. The numbers are so weird. I don't remember what's what.
Yeah, none of them are good though, because they're like super budget phones.
Yeah.
Galen, you said that they deleted the tweet. A company did, or who did?
The person who posted it deleted it. So I'm guessing OnePlus probably paid them to do that. That's my assumption.
The thing about how we were saying before with like that the iPhone 13 includes all these new features, but you have to get a certain configuration, or now you have to deal with the limitations of moving files, I guess that size. You think that do you think that they release things sort of to like, okay, we'll give this part of the tech, not like tech, but just our fan base or whatever, we'll give them this much this year, and then we'll give these guys this much in 6 months, or give these other people something else a year after that, and kind of go back and forth, because you figure obviously the choke point, which would be Lightning and AirDrop, right, for the new brand new, like never before were you able to do this. Now you can, but good luck to you, right? So
yeah, I get the point.
I was gonna say, I feel like they may have been thinking people would use this stuff on the phone only, not necessarily like, I don't know why they would, but that's the only thing I can think of. Like, it's just fine if you edit and do everything on the phone, but if as soon as you intend to try to edit it or put it elsewhere,
it's a pain.
Can you get a bigger screen or like a display, external display from my phone? Or like, even if it's,
I actually don't even know that. I don't think you can.
Galen, if you look in the private chat, I've sent you some links for the burn images and the phone itself.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Because I remember, you guys remember the old component, like 5 cables you would need, right? At the end of, like, I think the Xbox to plug into a TV. On it, you have like 5, red, green, blue.
3. Yeah.
There's an adapter that my brother had for his phone that you're using that cable, and you can like put a video or something on the
TV. Yeah, it's the HDMI adapter.
Yeah, but I don't think you would be able to do other stuff
with it. Yeah, I think
it was video export. Video. Yep. Okay, so then is there some that was long time ago?
I don't think so, because it's Lightning. There's a lot of USB-C portable like monitors for like support like that, but I don't think Lightning has that capability.
Because I think even like, for example, the smart TVs and all that I have here, I know I can cast
wireless
media, but I can't like open my email to use my big screen TV.
That's interesting.
No, that would be interesting if they can somehow put like do what they have like for the iPad with like like the sidecar technology or something, to be able to do that with an iPhone. But I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna share this real quick.
I think iPad you can do it, but not iPhone.
Right? Yeah. iPad you can.
They have HDMI out, and it mirrors the whole thing. Okay.
So I
saw this. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and it was a kid too. I think it was like an Indian kid.
Okay, I was gonna say, where did this happen?
Yeah, India. It was India. That phone is really popular over there too.
Do you think they're gonna try to not, I guess, for lack of a better word, wiggle their way out of it to the? Like,
because I think they did. Like the proof is that the tweet's gone. So yeah, I definitely think they did something.
Oh, like have settled.
Yeah, some sort of settlement privately.
I was gonna say, because remember with was it Chad, I think, within our community, how when he it was, he had admitted to that he dropped it, but didn't think anything of a drop, so that could have that messed with the integrity of it and caused that.
I really don't think it's like, some of those things do make like OnePlus look bad, because it's like there's no point in like deleting tweets or hiding it. Like some of the stuff just happens. Samsung has a phone product that explodes every year now. Like, so like it just happens. Like pay out to the person that it happened to, take care of their medical expenses or whatever, and be done with it.
Take responsibility.
Exactly. That's all you got to do. You don't need to do any other mess.
When they look into this stuff, are they able to figure out like why this is happening? Is it defect? Because I know there's bound to be lemons everywhere with anything that's manufactured, in mass.
Well, it's hard to do it because it's not like a widespread thing. It's like, what do you say, like a couple of them or something?
You have a lot of variables there as well. I mean, it could just be a defect in the battery, but then you don't know what chargers people are using and all that sort of stuff. So if you're using like,
it's not even just cheap chargers, the electric grid. If you're in a country like India, where look, I've got to be realistic with you, their electric grid is not of a high standard. If you have an over voltage and you send that charger into that phone, bang.
Yeah,
you know,
Right.
if you over voltage that battery, may not even happen immediately, but bang.
Over time,
There's so many things that can make a phone go bang.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You know,
Exactly.
a lot of the good proper chargers will will try and regulate voltage as well as they can. But the cheap stuff that you get that doesn't do that, it's just basically a pass through surge.
I mean, let's be realistic. In India, people aren't paying $10, $15, $20 for an Anker charger. You know,
no chance. No chance.
Well, they getting the charge. Those are in the box though with the Nords, right?
Yeah, but I can't imagine they're very fancy.
You'll probably lose it, right? I mean, they're people, so. How many of us have lost cables, chargers, accessories, bricks?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask that earlier with the like how Barry was mentioning preferring trickle charging and all that, but I forgot to ask. Do like how you just said modern charging bricks? I know that they do try to regulate how much power you're getting from it. Do cables also do that? Or like basically how easy would it be to like mess up that pairing of using the right brick, using the right cable, and for whatever device that you have also? Because I want to know
so normally with the cable,
if it's all missing.
So one thing that's good about the cable is normally what happens is, so you're sending voltage down a line, right? And there's a current draw. So if you have like an 18-watt charger versus a 30, 60, the higher the wattage, the more current. But what normally happens is if you just grab, like if I went to Wayne's house or Peter's house and just grabbed a random USB cable, it's probably something that would only send less current down the line and less wattage. So my phone should be better protected. So Peter is more on the right spot of it could be an over voltage coming from the actual circuit that they plugged into than the actual cable that they got. Yeah.
So the power is over
the house.
The house.
The house, like the house. Yeah.
But they wired it wrong or put a larger breaker than they should have.
Or it could be the grid itself. Is just like you said, having a stirred
coming in.
A larger cable, I think, too, would do that too. Yeah, electricity's scary. That scares me. Even being a construction guy. Like,
I'm an electrician, and I'll tell you what, I work on big voltages. I've always dealt with incoming supplies for buildings, and man, when that stuff goes bang, you will shit yourself. You will be buying new boxes.
Yeah, I should have hit you up. I know that y'all, I'm sure your wiring is different, obviously, but the idea is the same. But I was like struggling with getting a light fixture. And then like scary, my entire like wall of my house is like out because I didn't put the light in. But I finally I know another friend who's an electrician who he helped me out.
It doesn't take much for it to be lights out with electricity.
Yeah.
Have you seen, you guys know what like the inside of a wall looks like, right? And modern, clean. Yeah. When you see like a wire or a cable, you can kind of tell you're like, oh, that's pretty new. It's when you see you're like, I haven't seen that kind of cable before. And then other older cables, you figure the house I'm in is maybe 1850-ish, give or take. So 170 years old, right?
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Even my house is only some 1960, I think it was built.
Scary shit inside.
I was looking behind the switch, it's like blue wires. I'm like, I've never seen a blue wire.
They old houses are built out of this rubber cabling that they have inside, which deteriorates over time and falls apart. You can literally grab it and do this, and it
turns to dust. It turns
like
the outer cable of it. It's like a braided thing. Maybe I don't know if they use the same over there, but the kind that you find in this house all the time. If you're not careful, that's why you have to have a mask on, because that's that fiber, whatever it was. Or even when you're pulling it out, you're skinning it inside of the wall of the hole you're trying to pull it out, and you're like,
asbestos.
Oh fuck, God. Yeah. That's scary. Even in here, you guys know like 2x4s, right? How 2x4s are not really 2x4s. They're less. They're a little. I think it's 3/4 or something like that, right? 1.5 inches, right? And these are the actual 2x4s and squared off nails, so not circular cylindrical ones that we have. Yeah, and different sizes too. So we've kept some. We're like, dude, they don't make this anymore. I'm like, how the hell? They got a little thing and cut force it. There's your nail, and that was your job all day, right?
Yeah,
easy, man. So at least it's solid. We reinforced it, but still, it's like this was when you asked for a 2x4, they gave you a 2x4.
No, so you ain't got to worry about your house.
Yeah,
blown away.
See, in the UK, everything's made out of concrete.
Mexico, yeah, they do that. Yeah, cinder blocks.
They definitely don't do that here no more. Everything's made out of dang MDF.
So in Florida, the first floor is always cinder block.
Yeah, that's where my house right now. The basement here is surrounded, and then upstairs is wood.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting.
It's crazy thinking of how high I am right now. Like I told you guys, I'm in the attic, but this house has also, it's technically a single story, but it has high ceilings and we have a basement. So like straight down to the earth. Ooh, shoot. I don't know.
So you like feet? Probably technically in a 2 or 3 story house.
40 feet? I mean, is that 40? Yeah.
I live in like an older
house. Thinking about that.
I live in an older house like that was built in the 20s. Right now I'm in they like redesigned the top to make like this like an office room. This used to be the attic. They put carpet in here and made it livable. And there's actually there's a closet like behind me like a few feet that they had to like nail shut so that because when you open it it's just down.
A drop.
Because of like the reconstruction they did. It's like basically a black hole. And I have like 1 story and then the basement under that, so that would be a pretty scary fall.
Someone miscalculated either creating the blueprints or following them, and you end up with a void. And you're like,
exactly. Yeah, it's like I think it was just them doing like reconstruction.
So. Yeah, it could be that happens a lot with
fill it with insulation.
When people, well, I mean, it could have been an accident, or it could have been where a water heater or something like that used to go, and not anymore.
Right.
Sometimes you'll find stuff like that inside of in your walls. You're like, what the hell? There's like 2x2 unused space here. Oh, Wayne said, my house is not going to blow over. It's not that, man. It's that the earth will split open. That's what I'm scared of.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, you over there. So
earthquakes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess, you know what do you got? Floods, fires, and earthquakes. Yeah. And rolling.
We get tornadoes every once in a while. Earthquakes.
Hail. We got hail once out of nowhere.
Midwest is the whole tornado thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hurricanes.
What part of California are you in, Mark?
The Bay Area. So NorCal, San Francisco Bay Area, South Bay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Silicon Valley. Yeah. Where all the tech is from. I've been telling you guys, but you guys never listen.
No, we know you in Tim Cook's backyard.
Yeah, hey, so have you ever been? There's a place in Santa Clara. I'm trying to remember where it is. I'll ask some people if you don't know, but they have like a big statue of Mary, I believe. It's like silver.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Wow. Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Yeah, right by the Mission College, I believe, over here, and then that's the same road you can get to. It used to be Paramount's Great America. Now it's California's Great America Amusement Park. Yeah, nice big statue. In-N-Out's right there too.
Oh yeah,
that's where the Micro Center used to be. So it's like a neighborhood Walmart now. You can't. It's not a Micro Center.
They have a Micro Center out there.
That was the only one we had. Yeah.
They had like what is it? Fries and stuff in California.
Yep, we had like 3 of them over here. I think they're about to close up. I don't know what happened. I don't remember if someone bought them or what happened. And then Circuit City's long gone.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, we have one.
Since I was like 7 years old.
I went into a Micro Center once, and that was like the only place where I've ever seen like foreign devices. They had like a few Xiaomi devices. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, I never looked for their phones. I just love being in there.
Yeah, to buy like
parts.
I just like looked just to look
on hard drives.
Like Xiaomi.
Yeah, I love. That's like my sanctuary. I love Micro Center.
Top 4 DDR3 RAM and all that. Yeah. I had a computer fix my old HP that I finally brought up and hooked up, but I can't get
St. Louis, right, Sam? I'm on the other side of the river now. I'm in Illinois. I lived in St. Louis like until March. I live like 20 minutes away now. My girlfriend works downtown St. Louis.
What part of Illinois you in?
I'm in Belleville, Illinois, which is southern Illinois.
Oh, southern.
Like,
okay.
It's kind of funny because like when people ask me where I'm from, I say Illinois. They're like, "Oh, so Chicago."
That's
like, no, that's 5 hours away.
Yeah, I used to live in Quincy, Illinois.
Okay, my girlfriend is from Barry, Illinois, which is like a few minutes away from Quincy.
And same thing. Every time I told people I lived in Illinois for a little bit, like, "Oh, you lived in Chicago?" Like, no, not Chicago. There's a lot of other places.
Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
That's in the
People
middle.
still
of the
think
state.
Chicago's the
It's like
capital.
2 hours away.
Yeah, right. Capital of news coverage for sure.
I don't think I've ever like shopped in Micro Center. Or, like I've been in there, but I never like just shopped.
Yeah, I built my first PC at a Micro Center.
Yeah, I think some hard drives I got from them. Just because I didn't want to like wait for shipping, you know. I think it was for college, we were learning Pro Tools in one of my classes.
Yeah, I might be a little hot, Mark. I just sent you a message.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang! I didn't even.
I'm a little close to it too.
I forget to look at the chat sometimes. It's so small on my screen. Like I said, the iPad 2 feet away from me, 3 feet.
If I'm moving away.
That's a beautiful picture, Barry. Did you take that with the Pixel?
No, that's not my picture. That's like an old picture. So I have a picture that I took, but that's one I just wanted you guys to see.
What picture are we talking about?
I put it in the group. It's the 34-foot silver statue.
I'm gonna pull it up. One sec.
And when you go see it, it's like, man, I don't even know if I should be looking at this.
Right.
It's massive.
A lot of religious stuff over here because of
the 34 feet tall.
The mission. Can you make it bigger, Galen?
Can I?
Control or command?
Oh, yeah, I wonder if you can. Oh, yeah, you can.
Look at how small those people are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. 34 feet, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 30 feet. The house would probably be closer to 20 or 30.
I remember when I went there, I was like, hey, what's
that?
Man?
That looks bigger than 30 feet, man.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, it does look bigger than 30.
Is that 30 feet? That's it.
30 people are what?
How tall is the arch? I'm just curious. I'm about to look that up.
But that's like
actually, let me look to see if there's a
120 feet.
I feel like they lowballed that height, man.
They might have lowballed it. Let me see.
Unless you're talking about in the 2000s, because people were smaller back then than that. Growth hormones and all our food.
Foot.
Oh, the arch is 630.
Oh, you know what?
So how tall is it, Galen?
630 by 630 feet.
So that month you can mention.
So it's 630 feet high and it's 630 feet wide.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't look that wide. I like to walk down there, but
yeah, I think I've been to the arch like one time a long time ago.
Yeah, my bank is downtown St. Louis. Yep, that's where my girlfriend works at a law firm down there.
St. Louis.
Springfield. That's funny.
Can you check your altitude on iPhone? Do you have to get a separate app?
Mm-hmm.
Or will it just give you like sea level?
Okay, so yeah, emails is pretty good, but it's like slightly overrated. Have you had emails before, Wayne?
Nah, is that a St. Louis thing? Or is that
like a local St. Louis pizza. They're
okay,
thin. Let me pull up a picture.
Is it a branch or is it like one?
It's just St. Louis. It's like it is a branch, but it's like fully in like the St. Louis area. Jason Tatum is like their big endorser right now. Because he's from the St. Louis area.
Overrated. Let's see this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What's a pizza cost? Like a 2-topping or something? Sausage pepperoni?
It's expensive. Well, not too expensive, I'd say. A 2-topping is probably like $15 for a large.
This kind of looks like there's a spot out here called Carboni's.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like that. I just had it last night.
Rio de Janeiro.
Pretty decent pizza.
Yeah, that one's massive.
Okay.
Isn't from
3:30 in the morning there, Sharkfin.
Yeah, you probably fell asleep.
It's 7:30 here. Isn't Sam Cole from St. Louis?
Who?
I think you did. I think you did tell me that before.
Yeah.
I don't really follow him that much, but he might be. I want to say Soldier Knows Best is too. He's probably
pretty crazy that a lot of these creators are able to like live but just by themselves. It's so weird, especially I guess maybe because where I am and I'm like I see all these prices and I know it's cheaper everywhere else, but I forget that it's cheaper everywhere else. I'm just like, you know, it's so far out of the realm of even being remotely possible. At least right now it's like crazy.
Yeah.
And to be a full-time content creator at that, right? I'm like, wow. Are we really getting it that bad here?
So how are the prices at Micro Center Way? I don't ever really shop there.
They price match, so they're not bad though.
Okay.
Like they price match with Newegg. So if you see something cheap on Newegg, they
That's
usually
right.
match.
C-Kid does live in St. Louis too.
But nah, they're pretty good for me. I think they price match with Best Buy too. But
yeah, I saw C-Kid actually made a video of our Micro Center.
Mm. Oh yeah, he in St. Louis too. Or
yeah.
Man, how long has the PS5 been out? And people still can't get them.
I know.
And then GPU cards too, and
yeah,
I kind of wanted one, but I'm like, I really don't play games like that. I'm stick with my Switch and whenever I finish building my PC.
I was one of those stupid people that bought off of a scalper, my Xbox Series
X. The way they got me is it was in-store pickup only, and it was bundles only. So I drove to kind of like LA to go get it from up here.
How long did that?
They got the chair and the controller, the second controller charging station, like games. So
whatever. Yeah, I was just at Best Buy today. Like all those sections were empty, like the S, the X, and the PS5. The S is back in stock for the most part.
Are those OLED switches still available, or are they still out?
I didn't look.
I think some.
I get those were hard to get.
You know how there's there's like stores and I guess they have websites too.
Yeah,
that the ones that are like off the beaten path kind of, and they charge a premium if you buy something from them and or use their financing. Because I know I think Zebit was sending me emails that they're like, hey, we have OLED and all the Switch and Xboxes and new all the new stuff that Apple just stocked up on, and a few others that they send ads like that. And I'm like, okay, but it's kind of, I guess it's not as bad as like third-party scalpers, but it's like, I know when you do the math, because you check the thing, like, as low as this much payments, and it's like, I know you guys are making money on the back end and charging up front too, the overall. So they're getting it, man.
So you were able to get a PS5 or whatever?
Yeah, a PS5 bundle January. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And my girl just bought her my girl's mother bought her grandson one. I think she spent like $1,000 for this thing.
Yeah,
scalper.
Yeah, I don't know where she got it from. It's a bundle though. Like she's getting like headphones and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation.
Yeah, and I think he got like the most spec'd out one, or what is it?
So I had the Series S before. I bought the Series S. Well, I got off two different scalpers. I bought the Series S from a website called StockX, which is
StockX.
StockX. And then there was a big issue with 2K, like the game mode that I like to play. I couldn't play it unless I had an X because of the way it was just like terrible. I just couldn't play it.
You mean the format of it? Or
so there's like a game mode called Pro-Am where you're like playing 5-on-5, and the only way that you could play is if there were two S's and everyone else was an X.
Oh wow.
And so I was like in a league at the time, and I was like super competitive with it. So I'm like, I have to get an X. So I sold my S for like just above retail, and then I went and bought my X off of a scalper for like $700, I think.
Oh wow.
You playing 2K like that still?
No. Well, I don't. I'm like still in a league, but I don't play as much as I used to. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. I was never that good, but yeah, I used
like
to
my league that I'm in like used to be like an amateur league, but it's still like super competitive people. It wasn't like paid or anything. They're like literally like 2K leagues where they'll like buy in. Your team has to like pay like $100 to get in or whatever to put in the pot for whoever is the best team after the season or whatever.
I would never do that for 2K. I get scraped up. I probably would try it with Madden, but I'm still not that great at Madden.
I suck at Madden online. I can't do it. Like the skill level in Madden is like very far apart.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't played consistently in a long time, so I don't know.
Same.
I'd have to brush it up, but
yeah, and 2K
that's the
is
only
like
thing I'd risk it.
2K is like getting away from basketball, so I don't really like it that much anymore. So those are like literally the only two games I played, 2K and Madden.
Yeah, me too. I try to play like a nice little RPG or something, but I can't stay focused enough. Even like when the whole like for my PC, I got Cyberpunk and was playing that a little bit, but then like I just lost it. Like it's not that the game was dope. Like it's just me. I just can't
just
stick
like the
with
concept of the game.
No, I mean I just can't stick to games. Like it just doesn't do it for
I
me.
got you.
No more like I'm like I'd much rather
So Cyberpunk like story mode, or was it? Could you play online?
Yeah, the story mode I was playing, and the story was interesting. Everything was good. It's just me. I just can't do it. I just stick to sports games. I wanted to get into FIFA. I know a lot of people are playing FIFA nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of people play FIFA now. I heard it's like not much of like a big learning curve either, especially if you have like a
group. Yeah. So my friend got into it after he was playing 2K for a minute and started playing FIFA, and yeah, you can get pretty good at it pretty quick.
I was doing first-person shooters. I was doing all the Call of Duties until they went to outer space. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I switched to Battlefield, and then kind of just stopped. I think I picked up Forza and the Need for Speed one, and then just kind of really didn't.
Didn't a new one come out within the past week or so? A new Call of Duty or something?
Yeah, Vanguard. I think they went back. They're not in outer space anymore. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I tried to play.
It was weird to believe that, like, with all of the technology and the advancements, and some stuff was like there was like a laser cartridge Glock or whatever, right? And then it's like, well, you still have all these other guns that are just ripping holes in people because lead is, like it was a little strange to kind of be. It's like there's lasers, but still, bullets are. We've reached the peak of killing each other way long time ago, and it was a little different for me to kind of get into. I don't know. It was strange.
Nah, I can't do the first person shooters. I played a little bit, but I hate getting killed like immediately. Like my ratios be like 2 to like 20.
Damn, son.
So I'm really good. I don't know why, but I'm really good at PUBG Mobile.
No, yeah, I was thinking the same thing for myself when I started playing it. I'm like, this is kind of easy.
Yeah, that's what I was. It just seems like way too easy. Like I don't know if like they do that when you first start, or if you don't play a lot or what. But like I be like killing. Like my team is always in like the top 3.
Maybe because mostly kids.
Possibly.
That's all that play any of these games is kids, really.
Right? But I mean, like, what's younger kids are more likely to have handheld and mobile rather than consoles.
No, I mean like. Competitively,
right?
Like, adults aren't playing these games like that.
But yeah, I tried the Call of Duty mobile version. I couldn't do that at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably will be bad at PUBG now. I played it probably like the first few months to a year when it first came out. But yeah, I'm good.
So yeah, it's like really interesting, like that gaming phones like still exist. We were just talking about how like
games. How about that?
I always wanted to get a good one just to like, because I like the RGB look like theme to them. But I had the last one I had was the Razer Phone 2, I think.
Okay, you have that? Okay.
No, the 2 had the RGB light on the back, right?
Yeah, right.
No, I had the first one. Yeah, I had the first one. I wanted that second one, but
so could you see like a significant like performance increase, like scrolling?
From at that time, yes, because those were the first phones. That Razer one had, I think, or I don't know if it was the 1 or the 2, but they had the higher refresh rates. On the but it was just an LCD panel, but it felt really smooth. It was dope for the time. But
did I have a high refresh rate too? That one?
Yeah, let me look. I can't remember what it was exactly.
Are these the phones that have like fans built in, stuff like that?
Yeah,
this
right.
The one I had, the Razer one, I don't think it had a fan on it. But let me see. I'm gonna look up the specs.
They sound like they would be bulky.
It was a little. It was big,
kind of looked
like it, but they had. Oh my god, the speakers on that front on those joints was pretty nice. Had two big front firing speakers.
Not like the one to the left and one towards you, like
nah. This is like old HTC days.
So I was watching Tiger King season 2 the other day.
I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
So
it had 120 hertz, by the way.
Okay.
First one.
So yeah, I was watching Tiger King season 2 the other day. One of the guys who's like trying to like get Carol Baskin in trouble or whatever, trying to prove that she killed her ex-husband or whatever. He's like really in like his setup. You could just tell like he was really into gaming. Like he had the gaming keyboard, and he pulled out his phone and it was a Razer phone. I'm like, what in the world?
Oh, that's hilarious.
See, I used to like the look of that thing. It was nice. It was all boxy, square, good sounding speakers.
Didn't it have triggers or something too, or was that a
no? I think there was like a accessory you can get to do that, but no, it was basically it was because you know how the Razer laptops are like high performance, but like they want to have that MacBook kind of look. They don't look like gaming like laptops, so that's like what the phone was. The phone does not look like a gaming phone, but everything that it could do was all gaming. So
you know how they have gaming laptops that have where they say 3060, 3080, whatever in the name of laptop, and I'm like, well, I've seen graphics cards and they're huge. So how the hell can you say that you have a 3060 or 3080 equivalent in this laptop?
No, they don't. I don't know what they're branding them now, but like last year they were like Max Q, like 3070 Max Q or something, which is like basically the laptop mobile version of the
Look at
card.
the bezels,
so for sure not as powerful, right? Because that would be
not at all. And I mean they get close, but they have to be plugged in, so
yeah,
that defeats the purpose to me.
Those bezels on this thing were huge.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The bezels they were being used though because they had speakers, so
yeah,
like, I didn't really care.
Yeah, great sound is sign me up.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I see that.
Like a design like that, I still would buy something like that today. Me personally.
What's that one right there to
OLED,
the left?
all that stuff.
The left of the big picture that's blown up.
Right this one.
Yeah, is that a puck?
It looks like some sort of
that's
wireless
their.
charger.
I don't know if it's theirs, but they have an RGB wireless charger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Charger
think that might be theirs.
Looks like that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I think.
I've seen these little things on Amazon where you could put a phone, like for example iPhone or whatever, in it while you're gaming, and it has a fan on the back or some sort of
they got wireless.
That gets cold and it draws heat away from the CPU.
Pixel stand has a fan on it.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of Samsung's, like I think their last one or the most recent one has a fan on it too.
Okay. Yeah, because the last one I think was a pretty high wattage. I think the last Samsung one.
Yeah, I can't remember what that. I got a kind of recent one. I don't know which one it was, but it has a fan on it.
I liked it because you know how you have a wired CarPlay and the phone is always charging it and being charged and drawing power because you're using it for navigation,
maps,
music, it's cellular and everything. So when I would grab it, I'm like, damn, it's getting hot. So I was like, let me see if I can. How can I solve this? And I see they target them towards like gamers or anyone that wants to do anything intensive. Usually that'll get your phone really hot up. But I grabbed it and it worked for me. I'm like, okay, it's able to. Because I didn't want to risk any damage, even if I had Apple Care or whatever. It's just one less. Because then you got to fork over at least $100 or whatever and make an appointment and da. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I wonder if Razer will keep doing that.
No, they I think they stopped after the 2.
And then
so I don't know if they'll go back to the phone.
Didn't Asus do it too?
Gaming laptops or
a Zen phone?
Oh yeah, they do the Zen phone. Yeah.
Was that a gaming phone?
I don't think so though. Is it, Barry? I don't know if you know that.
The Asus.
I don't know if those are like not traditional.
No, it's not gaming, but they have the ROG, but not the Zen phone.
The ROG phone.
That's what it was. The ROG phone.
The ROG phone.
That's what it was.
Yeah, the Zenfone is more.
The Zenfone is like their flagship. And then
flagship,
the Rogue phone was the gaming phone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like a lot of people like that Zenfone 8. I want to say.
Yeah,
that was the one with the flip up camera.
Yeah. Because it was like the regular Zenfone 8 was like a regular phone size. Well, not regular phone, but it was like 5.8 inches. So it still had like the highest end processor or whatever.
That I think would be one benefit for wireless CarPlay is that you don't have to have it on the charger all the damn time. But I wonder what would be like. Okay, now I foresee people that would get to their destination or wherever and their phone's dead or about to die, right? And it's like, oh, now, or if they realize it on the way, is that then worse for the phone? But because you're using it again for music navigation, that you're like, oh shoot, let me just go from wireless to wired to charge the phone so I don't arrive at that phone. That'll be, is that better or worse than someone who was wired the entire trip? I know laptops switch to AC adapter as the power source.
For battery life, I think it would probably be worse wirelessly. I would think
to drain it and then plug it in again or afterwards.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I don't know. I like wireless. I like the idea of wireless CarPlay or whatever, but
hopefully if it works.
Yeah, just I guess practicality.
It might cut in and out.
Plug it in, you're right there.
Yeah, that's another issue. It might cut in and out. Yeah.
It's always something, huh? Why can't tech just work the way we want?
Yep.
Well, if it like worked through like, I guess it couldn't work. Well, I don't know, Bluetooth or something, then it probably wouldn't go out, and you could save your map offline or something like that. I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, like how there's like lossless, for example. Supposedly that will never work through Bluetooth, at least the way we have now. So, are you able to use, for example, wireless CarPlay? Is that Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or both?
Mm-hmm.
Like which
is like a combination of all of it.
It'll probably be mostly Wi-Fi.
I think because you can use Bluetooth. I know there's some, like for example, some of my DJ speakers are both. You have two Bluetooth profiles. One that is your actual audio output, and the other one so your phone, the app can like so you can control the speaker volume, EQ and all that. So I'm wondering
if it's a combination of all of it, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi for like the idea of CarPlay.
Because then Wi-Fi would be stable, right? And it's wider bandwidth, so you're able to stream higher bitrate music.
Yeah, because you're going to be you're basically casting your screen to the display. So you can't really do that.
Or maybe not even streaming if you saved it offline, whatever. But same, to pass the higher bitrate over to the car with no problem on Wi-Fi. Hopefully,
right.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they'll ever enable lossless over a personal Wi-Fi link between AirPods Pro and AirPods Max and Apple products?
I could see that.
If once they get the codec to support the
wireless,
I definitely think that.
Yeah, because I haven't been able.
Go ahead.
I haven't been able to get Atmos. I can get lossless to work, wirelessly through the Sonos soundbar that I have, but I can't get Atmos to kind of, or at least it seems like it does. I think because it's not supported yet. Atmos over one. Weird.
Yeah, I need to upgrade my speakers for the TV.
Home theater. Yeah. We're gonna say before Barry with lossless or
no that you kind of answered it, but so but basically the thing that's holding it back right now is just the codec.
So because it's vague. I don't know if it's like my limited knowledge of how it all works, but I've found very little, if any, information of like the workarounds or what have you, to like instead of streaming to your soundbar, casting to the TV because it's physically
correct.
Plugged in.
If you could use, I know what you're saying. So let's say for instance, if you have some Apple product over there.
Yeah.
So instead of using like Bluetooth as a mechanism, but like using like the highest level of Wi-Fi. So like so it's like you basically even though we're initiating it through one mechanism, it's smart enough to go, oh, okay, well, yeah, we'll take over from there. We're just gonna pull off the Wi-Fi or something.
I feel like
that to the TV and then let that talk to the soundbar and get lossless or Dolby Atmos on it. Because
I think I think it'll have to be a hardware thing.
Yes,
primarily, like it will have to be chips in each thing that knows where to send it or whatever. It won't just be the Wi-Fi protocol. It will have to have the hardware to support that protocol.
To support it.
You mean through the headphone jack I don't have? It seems like that's so. It's always something, right? Isn't that?
I know
that whole thing. It's like, oh, by the way,
like
now
you come
lossless.
Lossless, and then you don't have a way.
Have a headphone jack, and it's like, well, that how is that now convenience over? So do I want convenience or quality?
So we've mentioned two things that it would be nice. Lightning, we ProRes, right? Lossless is headphone jack. So it'd be so nice if Apple would just say, hey, let's just do those two things.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I would say, seeing that they brought ports back on the MacBook, I wouldn't doubt if they.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It makes total sense for them now.
Like they can spin it as a selling point.
Yeah, choices.
Yeah, and you know what's gonna happen as soon as they do it. Samsung's like, hey, the headphone jack is here.
Headphones come back in a box, all that stuff.
Like, okay, it's been pretty clear, very apparent, and a huge moneymaker for Apple and a large focus has been services. So our gripe is that there's inconsistencies between what they offer, features that they roll out, hardware capabilities, and et cetera, right? So I think from where I'm sitting is that it would stand to benefit even greater to, like how you just mentioned, options, right? Like how now there's ports, so now you can plug in, release an Apple branded consumer display, Pro Display XBR, consumer version. You're able to push most of the Apple products. They come with a free trial, a pretty good free trial of almost every service that they offer. So you have HDR content on Apple, right? Apple TV, and you have now HDR capable iPads, HDR capable laptops. And for that same thing, it's like, oh, now you can stream lossless at no additional cost with a paid subscription for Apple Music. And here's which headphones would you like to get? So AirPods Pro, AirPods Max, for everyone that hasn't already gone into that. If they can make it that much more easier, that much more streamlined, I think more people would be willing to opt into this stuff, even just for just so that they don't feel they're leaving anything on the table with these things that are not cheap, that they're already in the bag, they're already in the store, they're already online, it's in their cart, they're buying these things. Cross-selling, I think, would be cross-selling and upsell. But I don't see that we're exactly there yet. And that sucks because it's like, give me everything that you're charging me for, everything I'm paying for. Let me get the most out of this stuff. Why is it so hard? I have to pick and choose. Do I want to walk around my house while listening to music? Or do I want the highest possible quality music while being tethered? You
can't have both.
And I can't leave the couch or can't leave the, standing next to my speaker or whatever. So
we're just going to need more of the more creatives to be complaining about some of that stuff, because I always kind of feel like that's what who Apple tries to cater to the most, more so than just regular everyday Joes. Like the people who are actually putting out content, making different stuff, like creating stuff with their phones or their laptops. Like the laptops for sure, like they're definitely catering to them. So I like to see them do more of that on the phones too. The Pro models, if they want to keep, granted, I don't agree with it. I kind of think they should do it all across the board. But if they want to market the Pro as more of a Pro device, they can just have headphone jacks and USB-C on the Pros, and then this is what you get on the 13. Like, just giving people that option if they want to go that route. That's all. Correct.
Yeah, not just as a differentiation, but for something more for that higher price, for that premium.
It just makes sense. Yeah, just
it does. Make it make sense. To us, it makes sense.
Yeah, and I think this is why a lot of companies don't dabble in so many different aspects of a ecosystem, because it's just questions like this, like what do you want to highlight, performance or quality or connectivity?
Convenience.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like a lot of companies don't try to do their own ecosystem right now.
Or I guess it's that whole of like falling short, because you figure with these new MacBooks, which are not like they're cheaper, I guess, like overall in the grand scheme of like what MacBooks used to cost. But even still with that, like, yeah, we have HDMI, but it's two, not 2.1. They're we don't have, what was the other one? Wi-Fi 6, I think.
Yeah.
Right. That's the other one. It's whatever, Wi-Fi 5. I don't even know. And that we have we have a notch without Face ID.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I mean, I'm whatever about it, but still, sometimes it's like, oh, put your finger on it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know why that bugs me, but just for would Face ID be any better or faster? Because I know sometimes on the phone or iPad, it's like it shakes and it's like, oh, we didn't get the scan.
Yeah.
Quick question, Mark. What camera are you using?
The iPad 12.9 2020 front facing.
Oh, nice.
That's so I can actually see you guys. So I have StreamYard in Safari open right now on that, and then here's the laptop.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Gotcha. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've only used my MacBook as a laptop, I think, like once.
Yeah, right.
It's sitting right here, docked up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
streaming and editing, right?
You're not looking at the that gorgeous display.
Nah, man. Nah, I took it off the other day to get some stuff off of it, but this is primarily how I use it. So,
So do you have to use like a software to make the iPad your camera, or how does that work?
Who, man?
No, I was talking to Mark.
No, I think just it pops up automatically inside StreamYard. It asks me front facing or rear. Yeah, I figure front facing. I know the rear's better, but StreamYard has their limitations. So that way you can see the screen. And I'd rather actually be able to see you guys, right? Yeah. The only other thing would be, for example, like I mentioned to you, it's actually pretty far away. Like right now, I'm tapping on the Magic Keyboard. What I would be able to do also is jump in again through the link that Galen sent us on the laptop, and then just leave this, in the backstage, so that I can grab and pull up stuff in the chat or links and respond and stuff like that. Because otherwise, I'm using this little Bluetooth folding, tri-folding thing that is not always the best. I can't really use it the way like the trackpad. The keyboard's okay, but the trackpad for like the gestures, it doesn't translate.
Yeah, I'm using like my MacBook camera right now because my ZV-1 died, so I didn't feel like putting another battery in there. I think something's wrong with my battery charger. It charges all my extra batteries, so.
Oh, that sucks. And yeah, I'm using a dongle, that weird big square rectangle iPad dongle that has, what is it? Charging USB-C, USB-A, and HDMI, I think, in the middle.
Is that the Apple one?
Yeah, that's the Apple one.
Okay. Yeah, I have like a little dock where I connected everything to, like, well, it's not like a dock, it's like a tower.
Is that so you're not talking about the one that takes over both USB-Cs on the side of the laptop?
Yeah, it does do that. It does do that. I have like a tower. That's like one of the cords. That's the cord that came with it, the one that connects to the two Thunderbolts at the left side.
The one that looks like a hub or something, I guess. Would be okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the that Apple letting everyone mess up their own phones? Pay money to mess up their own phones some more, and then charge them.
Yeah, I want to hear Barry's take on this.
On the right to repair?
Yeah.
No, the right to destroy.
No, I think they should allow it. I definitely do. If you mess up your own phone, that's fine, but it shouldn't be one of those things where you take it to a third party, and you get voided for no reason, basically. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you see the benefit of them charging twice, right? Double dipping. Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably about to wrap this up now. We've been on for almost hours, getting late. I know it's getting late on the east side for Barry. Yep, it's almost 11 o'clock there. So I appreciate everyone for watching.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate my panel for staying here with me. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, peace.